What's going on, guys? I know I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost because of the way my lighting is set up, but I'm driving. I can't have it hurting my eyes, or reflecting off my eyes. So we got to do it this way. Shout out to Des G in the building. Said W for the clickbait. Uh, before we get into it, directly into it, shout out to Hour 7. Make sure y'all hit up that Discord. We're about to get rocking and rolling with the Discord game. So, guys, we're going to talk about, I know a lot of y'all are going to see this video after the fact, so I'm going to get a little bit into it. We're going to talk about the fact that Lyft is dead for us at this point. Lyft is absolutely dead for us. I think it's a old system, old platform we're going to use to make money because it ain't consistent enough, guys. It's just not consistent enough. And as I do DoorDash and Grubhub today, I've realized that I don't need Lyft. I'm kind of like stuck due to the fact that I wouldn't say I thought that. I messed up. The main reason why I got that bike was to do the Ashorian phone deliveries because I was working for that company. But then when they told me I couldn't use my bike, I had to have a vehicle. Instead of me just saying, screw you guys, I'm just not going to work here, I decided to get this vehicle. And I've been renting this vehicle for about 3 months. I had maybe 2 weeks off, but other than that, I've been renting the vehicle. Now, mind you, when I had the vehicle with the Shorian, I was able to get everywhere I need to be with the Shorian. I got to all the, drop offs and everything with this car. Shout out to Christina, Real Talk Christina in the building. Shout out to Good Riddance in the building. So I got everywhere I needed to go with this car. And, when I quit a Shorian to do the stagehand work, because that work is just hard, it's hard, but you get paid more and it's more, I thought it would be more flexible. I haven't got called back yet. And I know there's other companies I could work for, but we pretty much didn't get to that point of trying to get with another company. Okay. So, and by the way, I'm not really dressed up. I'm more of like trying to just clean up a little bit. I'm trying to clean up a little bit. Appreciate that though, Christina. So I pretty much had that motorcycle ultimately for the whole reason and purpose to make money. I gotta swap here. I gotta swap this thing is killing my phone. So let me put this charger on the iPhone, and I'm gonna use this charger right here for the Galaxy. Shout out to Nothing But Brian in the building. How are you doing, Brian? Nothing But Brian in the building. So back to the point ahead, guys. I got the motorcycle because I was going to be able to deliver the phones with the motorcycle. I didn't need to use the car. But then they reached out, or I asked the manager in charge. I said, hey, will I be able to use the motorcycle? Because I got the bike for freaking this job, because I figured I would use the bike because I'll save him gas. I'll get around traffic. He says no. So, of course, instead of quitting after I just finished training for 3 weeks, I said, okay, you know what? I'll work with it. So I decided to rent a car because I figured, shout out to Merciful Muffin in the building. So I figured with the car, I'll just go with the flow and just try to make it happen so I can make enough pay for the car until, I can get into a position I can use the bike. That never happened due to the fact that my, as we have a traffic jam right here, it didn't happen due to the fact that that manager said that they don't know way around it. I got to use the bike. And I couldn't really sneak. Shout out to What Is Life in the building. I couldn't really sneak to use the bike because he started to come to the actual office, because at first they weren't coming to the office. I can use the bike if I wanted to. He started coming to the office and I can't see him. He can't see me pulling off on my bike. So at this point, I'm kind of screwed. So with all that said, I started doing Lyft also because I had to offset the money with the Shurian with me doing some Lyft rides. So I figured all I needed to do is one solid day of Lyft that pays for the car. Now, the first 2 months, Lyft was easy to where I was able to get in the car, make $220 the first day, like Monday. And then I would make, throughout the rest of the week, I would make about $1,100 to $1,200 for the most part. Easy work, 40, 50 hours max. But now it's crazy because now the Lyft app is trash. It's been trash for 3 weeks. I think I got stuck in that algorithm thing again, where I started thinking the algorithm was gonna, keep me whole. and give me some, rides that I'll be able to average 22 to 25 hour. Not anymore. Last week was nasty, but I didn't say nothing to you guys because I didn't want to hear that I told you so. But then now this week, it's just counterproductive. And now I'm averaging $20 per hour, but I'm averaging $20 per hour. Oh, shoot, nasty wreck up here. I'm averaging $20 per hour, but I'm spending a lot of time not making money because when I sit there for an hour distracted or because there ain't no rides coming in, it makes me want to just log off and go to the house. And then when I do DoorDash and all the apps, I can't really do them in the cities that are red that would allow me to do, gig apps due to the fact that it's no parking. So today I wake up thinking I'm about to do, because I did Lyft yesterday and I was able to make 180 in like 6 hours, whatever it was, 7 hours that I worked. So I wake up this morning, shout out to Scott Hall in the building. So I wake up this morning and actually I woke up late. I got out of bed at like 1 o'clock. I just slept in. Cali girl's right there too, just slept in. So I'm like, I'm gonna do Lyft. So I go to, yes, I sit for a while and I wind up going home. I don't want to sit long. Yeah, it's no point. It's just no point to sit around because it makes you not want to really, grind it out. So I'm sitting, I go to get my medication from the Walmart out here in Cerrito area, Walmart. I pick up medicine and I turned the Lyft app on as I was walking out. No rides was coming in. So then I turn on the Spark app, like, okay, you know what? They got a bonus. If you do 5 deliveries, they're going to give you a guaranteed $100. So I'm getting these deliveries in from Spark and they're all $8, $10 for like 10 miles. I'm thinking, no way people are taking these deliveries. Little do I know, everybody is taking these deliveries. Like every time one of these small orders come in, everybody, they're snatching these orders up. I'm like, who in the hell is going to take these orders and not make no money? But I spoke too soon because every time an order came up, somebody was taking it. So then I'm like, Spark isn't the move. Spark is absolutely nasty at this point. So now I go back to like the DoorDash and Grubhub situation. And I did do one Spark delivery. It was for like, ended up being $16 for a total of like 2 miles. Did that and knocked that out. No big deal. But then after that, the small orders started coming in $8 for like 3 miles. So at this point, I'm like, I'm not about to waste time. I'm not about to do this. It's gonna be stupid. Scott Hall, whenever people jump up, we just do them. Maybe today, we'll see. It depends on the people jump up. I'm gonna let people jump up in a little bit, but I want to get this out first. If that makes sense, because of the fact I want people to be clear in the way I'm thinking. Yeah, let's see where. Okay, Little Caesars. Pick up this order from Little Caesars. It's order for like $14 for 7 miles, 2 pickups. It's a liquor store and it was Little Caesars, whatever. So, hey, what's going on? 1 second, guys. Get back to y'all. I'm looking like Dr. Phil up in this bitch. Yeah, guys, hit the like button, subscribe for me. Let's get this out. Yep, Joe, here you go. I'm picking up for Martha M. Martha M got the liquor and the pizza coming up. Martha M with the pizza and the liquor. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Excuse me. All right, we got the pizza game going on. Shout out to Maverick in the building. You know, it's crazy. I think my name came up because I think people think that. I think people thought for a second that I'm Nick Gurr. I'm not Nick Gurr. Just for people to know, that's not me. I plead the fifth. All right, well, back to the point in hand. We got Martha's Pizza here. So yeah, I'm doing DoorDash. Good Congratulations, Mav. Hopefully, that's the best thing for you and it works out for you. I hope it works out for you. So I'm doing DoorDash and I'm doing Grubhub. I got two Grubhub orders that were like total like $8 each. I got them knocked out fast. And then now I've been doing DoorDash, and DoorDash is actually kind of nice. Like DoorDash, I'm like pacing with these apps. Yeah, remember, you get Prop 22 money. So I'm going to say this again. The way it works, guys, is you get 110% of minimum wage plus 35 cents per mile guaranteed. And that doesn't include tips. So the way it works is if I'm constantly with orders, like always, like with the order, like no downtime, I'm getting $22 an hour for the most part, guaranteed. But I got to continue getting orders. It got to be nonstop orders. $22 an hour guaranteed. Okay. So right now, I think what's best for me to do, what would be best for me to do is to do gig apps and turn in the car. We're going to get straight to it. Okay. Straight to it. So we got Razor back with a vengeance. He's about to go in. So with that said, guys, get straight to the point. We're turning the car in on Wednesday. Or actually, Tuesday or Wednesday. I forgot which day it is. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're turning the car in. And we're going to be doing the gig apps, which is the whole point, to do the gig apps and Assurian on the bike. But we're going to be doing the gig apps on the bike. I'm going to be able to create content, and I'll be able to keep it flowing, okay? It's going to be fun. It's going to be not just fun, but easy, and it's going to be lucrative. Because I have to look at the fact that my bills every month, up until the end of July, I only owe $1,250 for the most part each month in bills. Not even that much. My bills every month now about $1,200 a month in bills until this end of July. Then in end of July, I'm back up to like $3,500 around that mark for bills. So I'm putting myself in this hole because of course I got the car and the gas. And at this point, with Lyft not being as busy as it was before, it's no point in me doing it, because if I'm sitting here and I'm paying for the bike and I'm paying for the bike and I'm paying for the gas, I'm paying about, let's say, $1,600 a month. Now that I'm eliminating that because of the fact Lyft is not busy enough for me to make a consistent, $300 to $400 with no issue. Now we're good. Okay, now we're good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be even better. We're gonna be more stronger, more powerful, more hard, more everything. Diddy. Let's see. Somebody said something about my cardigan. Ski mask, of course. I'm sorry to be that person, but he has that cardigan again. Yeah, the cardigan. Cardigan. I mean, it's nice. I like it. It's sexy. Okay, it's supreme sexy. Okay, we're about trying to look good, even though my hair looks kind of trash. Actually, I forgot to brush it today. Let me brush it. We got Razor in the chat. Let me brush it. There we go. So let me get a little bit deeper into the whole point of this video with the whole quitting Lyft, okay? Mark Bedone, I free to farts. Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, Matt, it only works for a side job or something to get to the next level, to use to get to the next level in your life. So I'm brushing my hair. So here's the thing, Matt. In the long run, yes, you're absolutely right. It ain't going to work. But for now, it's going to work because my bills are so low that with me doing that, it's going to allow me to save enough money to make the next big move, which is going to be that basketball tournament. The basketball, literally it's called the basketball tournament. And that's going to be the next big move, that I got going on. Okay. And then I'm going to use that money that I occurred from that to like fund the move. And right now, guys, it's looking like Las Vegas is going to be the move. Looking like Las Vegas is going to be the move. Unless Kylie Girl gets a job in this other city that I'm not going to name, I'm going to be in Vegas, because Vegas, I already got a place picked out. Everything will be set to where I can go to Vegas and my bills are going to be cut down. I'll be able to save more money and I'll be able to work a lot better. Now, yeah, Maverick, day trading is the same equivalent to sports betting. So you could probably do some good stuff. I just don't like day trading because it's more out of control than sports betting. Because sports betting, you can kind of predict a lot better based on knowledge of sports. But with day trading, can't really do that. Day trading is kind of like it's a hit or miss sometimes. Yeah, I'm gonna buy into the sports betting because if I move back to Vegas, I'll be able to buy in and get people on the platform to do it too, and I'll make money doing that. No, I'm gonna drive the bike to California. I mean to Las Vegas. I would use that as my only means of transportation. I would rent a taxi to do taxi for like a few weeks. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna use the bike because I can do DoorDash and Grubhub and all that there, and I might not even get into the taxi game because of me being in Vegas. I got to legally sports bet, and I can market and promote my picks, and we can do that. Anthony, I didn't need to write it off last year because my tax obligation was less than or was more than the tax owed. And that's the reason why they're trying to make us employees because most gig workers don't pay taxes. It is what it is. Most gig workers don't have to pay taxes. Back years ago, we had to pay taxes because we made more than the minimum. But now that we're literally paying more in taxes than expenses would be, we're not paying anything. Question though. Good question. Good question. Yeah, I'm not gonna try day trading. Last time I tried to do that, I got my head cracked. Let's see. So you're a plumber doing rideshare, or the side is wise idea, or would doing plumbing on the weekends make more sense? I don't even know what that means. I'm kind of slow, so I don't know what that means. Yeah, you can do taxi in Vegas because my system with doing it. If you do a lease on your own, okay, you got to do taxi. You got to take the low rides to get tips. You got to remember the people. See, when you work for a company, you got to do like long haul. I mean, you got to do long. You got to pretty much stiff the people. You got to take them around in circles. But when I was working for the company, I would just do a bunch of short rides, and I didn't make as much in base pay, which tax companies hate. But now that they rent the cabs out, I can rent the cab, and I don't have to worry about trying to screw people over. I can just do as many rides as possible to make money on tips because I make money on tips all day because I do like 25 short rides, and the average tip is say $5. That's 100, just say 125 bucks in tip money. So I don't care about the base pay. The base pay just pays the taxi cab fee. And by me doing it that way, I was able to hit like back then 1,800 a week before gas and all that. Okay, and it was easy money. All right, let's hear it and go get this. Let's hear it and go get this liquor. Let me get my ID real quick. You're right. It's that person's life. They should be able to choose what path they want. And I think in a good month you can make 40K. Okay, put it like this, math. If I was able to make in 1 month, I mean in two and a half weeks, I was able to turn 88 bucks into 25,000. Then I know for sure I could turn 4,000 into 50,000. And this ain't no fluke. Yeah, remember this ain't no fluke. This is real deal. Like I was showing you guys, I was literally doing it with you guys watching me, and I was still making thousands of dollars. I got multiple videos. Me doing this basketball league, just like March Madness. People didn't believe it, and I showed y'all the numbers. I showed y'all how I was able to turn. I gotta go to Vegas, by the way, and renew my license. My license is about to expire, and I don't want to have to pay for a new license. I'm gonna have to like renew my license. All right, let me go get this. All right, go get this liquor. Government doesn't care about the state of the economy if you are average. Nope. Ride share is an optimal side job. It's for people who be quick crash in a crappy situation. Shout out to business connections. Yeah, I may move to Vegas. That's just the option. If not, Vegas is going to be a city on the outskirts of Los Angeles. So, oh crap, I got a shot for this. Oh, okay, they're just getting cans. That's fine. They're just getting 2 cans of liquor or beer. I'm gonna make lots of money. You ever tried doing Uber and Lyft around LAX? No, I wouldn't do it because it's absolutely trash. It ain't worth it. I've been around there and I sat there for hours and got no rides. You gotta remember if you're doing by the airport, if you're doing by the airport, if you're doing by the airport, you might mess around and sit around for freaking like an hour and you might get a ride that's only like um 5 miles away. Like that's no point. You're like at that point, like what the heck? All right, we got shout out to Todd Johnson in the building. We got Dino in the building. Just do a normal job. Gig work is horrible. Yeah, that we ain't trying to do a normal job. Okay, that's some good advice though. But yeah, I'm not trying to do a normal job. Yeah, remember, I'm talented enough that I can do. I have other options, so I don't have to sit and do that because I have a couple other options available to me that most people won't have because of the fact of my genius. Oh, yeah, my genius with what I do. If y'all want me to see our comment, y'all gonna have to super chat in a minute. I'm getting a lot of comments here, so I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom, super behind. I'm gonna go all the way down, guys. If you want me to for sure see your comment, you got super chat. There are many people with tangible skills nowadays not making a lot. Today's economy is difficult. Yep, you're right. Someone has to support them. How do they strive to be better? Yep. You gotta have haters. OG pulls out. You get to see no support.
Welcome. If you have your help is required for this item, please continue scanning other items. Help is on the way. Help is required for this item. Please continue scanning other items.
Of course, she's busy. Wow. When I need her the most. Yeah. How you doing? I'm just asking for check my ID, I guess.
Is that no self checkout does not allow beer?
Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay. Jesus. She looks so sweet. I thought she was nice. She's like
If you have your club card, please scan it now.
She was not a happy woman. I mean, I thought that she was. Yeah, I'm like Jesus Christ. Yeah, give me some likes, guys. I don't know what a 10 is.
Time is now 9:15. Once again, the time is now
I don't know what 10
9:15.
is, Christina.
I'll be closing the doors for the next 45 minutes. Once again,
If anybody want to jump up, y'all
closing
can.
the doors for the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, just make comments.
Please make your way to check stand 5. I'm sorry. Please make your way to check stand 4, 6, and self checkout. Again, please make your way. Please make your way to check stands 4, 6, and self checkout. We will open our doors
Yeah,
tomorrow.
the shades are big because I need it. Like my eyes are like kind of wide and like it's hard for me. It's hard with me to like look without having blind spots. I don't want blind spots. That's why I got the bigger shades. I'm actually gonna use Ray Bans.
45 minutes. Fuel station, please make sure you're inside the store prior to 9:57. Once again, we close the door for the next 45 minutes. Bag, no bag, baby.
Yes, back. Thanks. Yeah. And they had a pizza. They got me for. They got me with a pizza too. Uh,
Excuse me? Can I ask you a question? Do you guys have any other brand that is like special, but if we do, it's gonna be in our dairy section. It's gonna be section. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
uh, this said something about. I'm assuming you don't have labels for alcohol or something.
Not
Okay,
really.
all good. All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm daydreaming here.
Hey, girlfriend, how's everything? Looking nice and festive, bright
I think
this
you.
evening. Nine,
What's up,
All
Dennis?
right, what's going on, man? Nothing much. Let me say this first here. Um, so you're gonna have haters in life, guys. So you gotta remember. This is DoorDash orders.
no, 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 no.
Oh, thanks, appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm gonna say this first before I have you go, Scott. So I want y'all to keep in mind, guys. When I was doing the whole basketball tournament, when I was sitting in the car grinding it out all night, once again, I told the story a million times. I was down to like literally like a couple $1,000. I had to have a place within like 10 days because my son's about to come to town. It got to be a place secured, 24/7. Got to be a place that's in safe area for the most part, that got secure parking, etc. Okay. Um, I had a choice to either grind it out more or try to, do what I know how to do best, which is ultimate sports bet. I chose the sports bet, and I was able to once again run that money up to $25,000. And while doing that, I stayed away and didn't tell nobody I was doing that because of the fact I knew it would be somebody trying to talk me out of it because they don't understand how it works. So, with that happening, I was able to move into this place solely because I hit for $25,000, and it wasn't a fluke like I hit off of a fluke. This was actually a tournament league that was easy to analyze and figure out. So you had a situation. Shout out to Steve. You had a situation that if I didn't do what I did, I would literally be right now, um, probably in like an area that my son would have to have him lie every day to his mom about me living in because she wouldn't want him in town. Now, you know, I made as much money as most people that have a lot to say makes in like 3 months. I made that in literally 2 weeks. Now, of course, I gave back 8,000 of it, so I had 17 or so thousand that I actually had and spent and did with. But that put me in a position I'm in now. So you got to understand, it's a difference from what y'all talking about. You guys are talking about the guy that goes to the casino. We all know that. We all know that guy. We see those people. They go to the slot machine or the craps table, and they're literally sitting there with $100. They lose it, and then you see them like the next day with like $50 itching. They lose it, and they're continue losing every dollar that they got to their life. I don't do that. You understand there's levels to it. When I sports bet, I do it based off of a system that when you lose, you're losing because of arrogance. Okay. But in regards to like making money, like I'm always way ahead. Like even March Madness, I showed y'all. I literally I turned a $500 bankroll that was given to me to do it with into $5,000. I came on YouTube 3 days later when I was in that hotel in Vegas. I showed y'all my account, showed y'all how much I made, and it was like $4,800 I made in that 2 to 3 day span. So all you guys that got so much to say about that, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna still do it. And at the end of the day, when I look at my account from the basketball tournament, the start of it, I'm gonna have at least 3, 4 thousand to start with. I'm going to look at the end of the 2 week period. I'm gonna have at least 10 times my money and that's going to be a real thing. The only difference now is when I get that 10 times the money, I'm going to make the proper investments, which is, and then I'm going to have you guys can break anything down based on what I just said. It's going to be me investing in buying and selling phones, which is something that I've been doing forever. I just haven't done it in California because I haven't been able to accumulate enough money that I can have set to the side for a week. Because every time I get ahead, I start trying to pay things off that were behind, and then I don't go and get to the next. I don't get to the next level. So I go and I got the phones to buy and sell. I have other little investments that I can make on top of just working regular DoorDash, Grubhub, and saving. And if I do that for a solid year and don't make any stupid big purchases, anything crazy, at the end of the year I'll have 50 or so $1,000 that now I can go now to Youngstown if that's what I choose at that point. Because right now it's looking more like Vegas than Youngstown. But then I can go to Youngstown and I can actually look to either buy a building, put on events, whatever such, and actually live my life and just have minimal bills with that skill that I know how, that I learned how to do, in effect with a location that will be owned by me, not owned, but leased by me. So there's a bunch of different options, but it starts with getting out of this car because when it comes down to it, Lyft is not it. I thought Lyft was great, but now it's starting to hit me upside my head because of the fact I'm literally, I got the bike to do DoorDash and Grubhub, and now I'm doing DoorDash and Grubhub, and I'm making more money than I would have made with Lyft right now. And this was the whole reason for me to originally get the bike. But you guys go ahead and ski. I'm not trying to, please be somewhat serious just for a start. Then you can joke after, because this is kind of like, I don't want people to take a joke and make this a joke, because then it's going to be a whole nother few days of me trying to like clean up the chat. But what do you guys think? And y'all can put the fail that you see from me, you can put it out there right now. I'm not going to boot you. It's all good. Go ahead and give me your overview of where you think this is going to end up. What do you think? Any questions, etc.
I think Ski Mask should change his stupid ass Meek Mill picture.
I don't know about that. I mean, that's his
Uh,
choice.
I'll change it. I was just playing Back for Blood right now. Um, to be honest, I think that's your best. Like you know your skill, and
Yeah.
to be made for the entertainment. So once again, I feel like you have that likable personality. You know how to communicate with people, and to be honest, if you ask me, I say Vegas over Ohio any day.
Okay.
Because the reason why I say Vegas over Ohio is just it's like that whole environment. I feel like if you go back to Ohio, there's gonna be a whole lot of stragglers, and you want to be around successful people doing successful things. Like I'm a person where it's like if you're gonna move to any city, move to a very populated city. So even if you're not doing good, at least you can have success around.
No, that makes sense. Respond to that, I want y'all to remember this, that Vegas would be like more so the hurdle, or not a hurdle, but like a stop through to get back to maybe just going to Ohio. Because I want y'all to remember, Vegas, I can earn money in a way that would be better than Ohio without putting on parties and doing all that stuff. But it would be, Vegas would be me making enough and saving enough to be able to go and lease a building. Because once again, when it comes to putting on events, it could be birthday parties, any event. I cater to people in Youngstown that want to be cool, want to, and that's my whole stance, my whole situation, stance, whatever you want to call it. I cater to drug dealers and the people who literally got money. They just want to blow to try to look like they're famous or somebody for a day. So it might be the baby mama that got the first of the month welfare and the child support check coming in, and she wants to give her kid the best birthday party ever. It might be freaking a hood dude that freaking just flipped a couple bricks and he just wants to like, hey, I'm here. I want all the chicks. I cater to people that got money, stupid, disposable money that they shouldn't really blow, but they do it to look cool. So that's the reason why I went in that way. So at Youngstown or any other small city, Youngstown, no, I know Youngstown. So what would happen is I would go and get a venue that I would convert into an entertainment center, and people would come to have parties, have all this stuff, and I would cater, and I would have everything set up. It's little things like people don't know to go to Walmart to get a tiered cake. So you have a cake that looks like you're a millionaire, but that cake was only like $115, but it's like 3 tiers. Little stuff like that people don't know, that I put everything together, the decorations. If they want somebody to come in a costume, I'll buy the costume and I got it now in my inventory, and I'll hire one of my friends to freaking come and dress and put on a costume and pay them, half whatever I charge the person. There's so many ways in entertainment to make money. So that's the reason why, like, I don't want to give up on that. It's just I don't have the money in a big city to do that. But once again, Vegas would be that hurdle to get there. Now we got a super chat real quick. I'm gonna answer. Shout out to Uncle Ruckus Bish. I can't even say that word, right? You prove you can make the money betting. You just ended up getting high off of winning and start buying dumb stuff. 20K in a month, nothing to show. No, Uncle Ruckus, a lot to show, because we have the apartment literally that I had to pay, a big, you know, um, I had to pay a big deposit for. We got that, all the furniture, the two TVs, the PlayStation, the wardrobe that I got. I know it might to you not mean anything, but at the time that of me buying that wardrobe, I needed I needed it so I can get in a position to get around people who are influential. Like, yeah, I remember with me trying to do this entertainment thing on YouTube. This is an entertainment platform. I wanted to be able to be in circles with people who can actually change the trajectory of my channel, because by me having popular people around me, people that would be able to bring in people that want to watch the channel, just maybe for those people, that's ultimately adding in the dollars, and that's bringing value to my channel. That's the reason why I wanted to go with that whole situation. But what happened was I had that 8,000 left, and I started betting while my son was here, and I shouldn't have been betting because I wasn't able to completely focus due to the fact that I had to focus, my time on him, which
Hey Dennis,
which
I got a question
yeah,
for you real fast.
go for it.
How do you get your when you do sports betting on basketball? How do you get your data? Do you watch the games or do you just look at the stats and stuff before games?
So I actually, it's two ways of doing it. So the first way is I would watch the games. And okay, so with NBA, for example, NBA, what I do is I'll wait till the game starts and I bet on the games like it's the stock market. So I wait for a game. Say, you have like the Timberwolves. Their over and under is like 200 points. So I will bet if I see the game, it starts up and the teams are like scoring points, or say it's 220, they're scoring points, then I'll take the over before it starts to jump up big. Now, eventually they're going to stop scoring and it's going to get back to like that number that it started on. And when that happens, I'll take the under, because now if it started at 220 and it jumps up to like 235, I'm taking the under. What I try to do all day, every day, is catch as many of those games to where I'm in the middle of both games. So I'm in pretty much this position to where I have. Okay, thanks. I'm in a position to where I have the over and under. So I only lose the juice or I win both bets. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta do this real quick. How you guys doing?
What up, Ski Mask? How are you doing?
Oh yeah, pretty good. I want to add on to Dennis. People don't understand how much it costs to be lit, and like the whole. Like, it's like, for example, like, I'm a person where like I'm very modest, and I was thinking to myself like, let's say if I wanted to be a real estate agent. Not saying you have to have like the top of the line car, but you can't pull out in a 1999 Toyota. So it's like I kind of get what Dennis was saying, where it's like, he wanted to be the Kevin Samuels of the rideshare game.
Yeah, that's true, but there's also different socioeconomic status of clients when in there. So you might not be able to show off Malibu houses, but you could probably show off lower houses like in Victorville or San Bernardino or something.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, that is true. But it's just like I see where Dennis was coming from. I was like, shoot,
But perception is everything.
exactly. Like, you know what? In sales, perception is everything, though. Like, it's kind of like, somebody might have like the best information. Like, let's say if somebody's like selling investments, if the guy's riding around in like a 1989 Bonneville, It's like people gonna be like, nah, bro. It's like you gotta come off the jet. That's why I kind of don't like sales because like you gotta kind of portray an image.
If you're in the LA area, you can start doing the union construction jobs. I mean, you'd be like an electrician, plumber, not that bad. Make
I mean,
good amount of money.
that's actually a good idea. So I'll tell you, Ski, that was actually, I'm a bad communicator. I want you to both remember, like the reason why I told y'all before, and I've said it a million times, my channel, I wasn't supposed to be the actual performer, whatever you want to call it. I was supposed to be the actual like person. I was trying to get somebody else to be me, and then I give them the stories to tell, and I give them the script because I'm bad communicating, and I'm trying to do a better job of just writing down a script so that way, I can get um, the message out without it being a mess. But here's the situation. Ski is actually spot on. So what we have right now and what I'm dealing with right now, you have to look the part. You got to fake it to make it. And that's all I'm doing. So all I'm doing is faking it to make it. So me being a guy that's putting on parties, for example, I can't just walk into the party like a regular person, like regular clothes. I gotta like stand out. So I used to wear suits, literally suits to my parties with majority of the crowd being black. And I got pictures of me literally with iced out chain, full suit on, nice tie, and I sold that image to people to where they treated me larger than life. They acted like I was somebody that I wasn't, and they paid the premium for that. My parties to get in, the first like 500 people or 300 people would pay $10. Then we go to $15 up until 500, and then at the 500 mark, 500 to 800, $20 to get in. And then we're hitting 30 to 40 over the head after that for the rest of the night. But they got to feel like it's legit. Now, if I would have been out there with freaking looking like a regular hood dude in Youngstown, they wouldn't take it as serious. They're not expecting to pay 20, $30 because they're gonna like take you as like bush league for the most part. Like you're not gonna look lit. So when I was in Vegas and I'm sports betting, for example, when I go to the books, I'm not going with like regular t-shirt and jeans on. I'm gonna have on a whole express not maybe not suit, but I'm gonna put on like pretty much this dress jeans, nice shirt, because they treat you with respect. They treat you a lot better. They get your bets in fast. They let you make late bets. There's things they do. They'll let you skip the line. And that matters when you're literally making wagers, because if you got the people that are making like parlay picks with like a parlay play with like 5 bets. So in life, forget about sports betting. You want to look the part. You want to look like you're somebody. So what y'all aren't understanding, when I sports bet, not you two, but the people in the chat, when I'm sports betting, like I can give the game. There's multiple videos, Scott Hall. I've done lives to where I bet and showed all my picks. There's not one live that Instagram. No, I'm not gonna lie. I did a Twitter day, like a Saturday on Twitter, that I was giving picks. I got my head cracked because I was so focused on trying to give the right pick, and it was my first time doing like free public picks. I lost. But besides that one day, I got like 4 days that are on YouTube live streaming that I started with the $0 balance, and I worked it all the way up to at least $1,500. And then the one day I did like $2,000, and it's all on my YouTube. I've not deleted no lives. If I did a bet, I mean, if I started a day with betting, I crushed it, and it's all because I don't bet the way that normal people do. They walk in and they just bet on the team because they think they're going to win. No, I don't care who's going to win. I'm going to take the side just so I can get the other side and try to get the middle. So, for example, if you have like Golden State Warriors, they're losing by 20 points. I know they're going to come back and maybe lose by 12. And if it's like a fourth quarter, like 8 minutes left, I know they're going to come back a little bit. They're still going to lose. So if I'm going to take the plus 20, and then when they dipped all the way down to where they're down by 13 points, I'm going to take the other team minus 12 or 13. And then now I'm hoping that Golden State loses by 14, but
You
don't
should start.
lose by. Go ahead.
You should start betting on UFC fights.
Nope.
You know,
That's
you
one
like
another
that?
thing. That's a gamble. That's a gamble because remember,
Yeah, it
at any
is.
moment the guy can knock the other guy out. There's no stats or anything because like upsets will destroy your bankroll. I only bet on things that are that you can bet both sides.
I agree with that. UFC is a real big gamble.
So I know a lot of people. So once again, see, people, this is the problem. And this is the whole problem with my channel. And then I'll give you guys the floor. Y'all can, speak, whatever. I don't know how long you've been, Scott. I don't know how long you've been on my channel. But the problem you face is, and it's a lot of times with majority of people on my channel are black. So they never seen real money. Now, the people who are
Money Boss, I never
successful,
gambled, bro. I never gambled Money Boss, so you're probably right. But I do have
There
a
you go.
2018 that's paid off in a mortgage payment though, but I don't gamble.
So what you have is you have a lot of people, mainly black folks, they don't understand that, we are restricted from the information that can change our life. Like a lot of people don't know that you can freaking bet and make money and you can make bets that you're guaranteed to not lose nothing but the juice. And it's a whole system that is on my YouTube channel that like is guaranteed. But here's the situation. You have to have patience. You can't be greedy. I'm greedy. So the only time I lose is when I'm up big, like 3,000. And instead of stopping, I keep going because I'm like, okay, I'm hot. And then now I'm gambling. But the initial getting up is easy. But with parties, entertainment, all the things that I've done, people, they think it's a fantasy. They think it's a dream. But for white people, when they do it, it's nothing. You have professional gamblers, and guess what? They're freaking white. You have
Why you gotta bring a
entertainment
race into
coordinators.
this, man?
No, it is race. It is race. No, it is race.
White people are just better at betting than you, or what? Damn, white people
No,
into betting.
have you ever seen have you ever seen a legit legal, like a guy that legally sports bet for a living? Have you ever seen a black one that do a YouTube channel, do
I don't know.
anything?
I never watched them. I don't know. I don't
No,
think
because there's
so.
none. No, that's the point. There's none. They're all white. They're all white
Well,
guys.
whose fault is that?
It's the information, the knowledge of doing it.
Why?
That's the
Why?
point.
YouTube is available to everybody. They can
No,
easily
but
watch as many football games and basketball. They can go online and study stats.
no, it doesn't work that way. When you go on YouTube as a novice, as a new person, the people that are trying to give you game, they're trying to charge you, and they're not giving you the truth of what's really happening. So you think like if you go to these people, it's a scam. They're not giving you how to really do it. They literally sucker you in to like sign up for a sports book so they can get referral money,
You
and
know what I
then
noticed
you're not
about
gonna.
you? I don't mean to. You like to blame a lot of stuff on race. Like yesterday, you were blaming you didn't get hired at Panda Express because of race, which I get it. But how long are you going to let that make decisions for you?
Hold on, you said I blame what on race?
Yesterday you blamed that you couldn't get into Panda Express because all the managers are white. So how long are you keep blaming everything on race?
When it changes. When it changes. That's the absolute fact. You go to Panda Express, majority of managers are going to be white. And if you look up that program that they have to where they train you to be the general manager, it's no skin color required, no skill required, no nothing other than they just think you got what it takes. So you're telling me if all the managers are all white, I have not seen nothing but white people as general manager. And you know they're general manager because usually it's a picture on the wall with their face on it. It says general manager, and it's usually either a white name or it's a picture underneath that says their name or shows their face, and they're always white. So, I mean,
So
what are we?
what would be a black place to go, like a fast food black place? Is there any fast
Uh,
foods that are
most
black
most of
places?
most of them are soul food places, and they're going to be mom and pop businesses because once again, and when it comes to capital,
Popeyes.
black people,
I didn't want to say that, Ski Mask. Thank you.
Is ran by black people, like the heads of
No,
black.
no, no, no. Well, what it is, it's ran by white people, but they hire a lot of black people.
Okay,
It's like
yeah,
Chipotle. Like Chipotle was started by a white guy, and what he did is he hired a whole lot of Mexicans, and it's factual.
okay, but now we got to go deep into Scott Hall. The reason why you don't have black people running franchises and like the majority people that own any type of major fast food company is due to the fact that access to capital. They don't allow black people the same access to capital as white people. You cannot say it's based on credit because when you get to a whole nother level to where you're talking about 10 to $100 million investments to build something big, venture capitalists to start a new tech company with some tech that it's not even thought to succeed, but they still give it a chance. Black people aren't getting the same opportunities to access that and have a chance to fail. White people, when you get that chance, you guys fail mostly, but then when you win, like they're gonna put that in front of everybody, like yes, they won.
Whoa,
This
whoa,
was
whoa!
great.
You guys, well, like, come on now. You guys, like, what are we
I thought
doing here?
you,
I
I
am
thought you.
white, but what does this you guys think? Come on, stop trying to
No,
create a
it's
barrier
the
between us and
okay.
them. You guys are
No,
doing it. Come on now.
okay, hold on. Okay,
If I was to
what
say
did
that,
I
I'd be
say?
racist.
No,
Come on, bro.
you can say no, you can say that. You can say that. Where am I wrong with what I just said?
Well, you're right a bunch of times, but that's just to do like generational wealth and access to education. Like, what do you want
Yeah.
me to say? These people are smart with their money. Okay, what do you want them to do about that? And
Okay.
yeah, they have
So
generational wealth. Okay, and they have a higher education, and they have buddies that have money. I get it.
okay. So once again, if okay, we want to go. I guess we gotta go down a few decades before that, that situation with the venture capitalists and all the, the tech startups and all of that. Let's go back to where black people were taking, like, generational wealth was taken from a lot of black people, more than we can even count that it wasn't taken from, because you got beaches that are being given back to black people that are worth millions of dollars. You have land and, like, the South that's being given back to black people. You got to understand, like, when you're black, like, you have Dr. Dre, you have billionaires like Kanye. Kanye was the only black person that we've seen that actually tried to empower black
What
people. He
about
tried to build a whole city.
what about Carson? That politician is like a brain surgeon. He's hella
He's not a
black.
yeah, he's not a
Yeah,
billionaire.
but he's
Guess
a
what?
brain surgeon that's in politics, bro.
No. Okay, so now let's get into that. We're gonna go into that rabbit hole. Guess what happens with Ben Carson? They polluted the minds of black African Americans into thinking that
Ben
that
Carson
man
did
is
it and
Uncle
not
Tom.
rap. Rap
No,
only
no,
promotes
no,
drugs, pimping, selling drugs, shooting
no.
other black people, and Ben Carson's the one that's making the black mind toxic, not the rap music.
No, no,
Okay.
no. See, you gotta pay attention to what I just said. I said that I said the system made Ben Carson toxic to black people, to where African Americans, not me, but African Americans, majority of them. If you said Ben Carson is a role model, he's the realest dude, one of the realest people in our community right now. We need to make him the leader. They're gonna say, "Oh hell no, he's for the white man. Like, he don't like black people." Blah blah blah. That's the narrative. When that man came from the struggle. He came from a project. He had the single mom and he made it happen. But for the black folks, they don't know that story. They just know, like, he's Uncle Tom because he was with Trump and he rocks with white people. And that's the point. All of our real black leaders like Ben Carson, they're all being pushed as bad people by white liberals. White liberal power structure in America make anybody black. Ice Cube literally made "fuck the police," and they got Ice Cube looking like he's a white supremacist.
Okay, no
Like
one
like
likes
he they
white
got
liberals. No one likes
no,
white
but think about
liberals.
it. Well, look at Ice Cube. Is it Ice Cube for the black folks? Up until the white liberals destroyed his character, now black people think that Ice Cube is Uncle Tom.
I don't know. Ice Cube made Friday, so I can never look at him as Uncle Tom when he's supporting. He made Bernie money. He made a bunch of black people money, and he pulled that money out of his own pocket. So I don't know. I don't listen to
Okay,
white
but
liberals.
no, but the
I,
point is, like, I'm telling you, I'm black. Like, majority of black people right now, if you say Ice Cube, they're gonna say that he's freaking Uncle Tom. He's a coon because he said that he's not rocking with the Democrats no more, and that Trump, like, he's gonna give Trump a chance. He's gonna listen to Trump, listen for Trump. Just type in on Twitter, like type in black Twitter, and then Ice Cube. You're gonna see all bashing of Ice Cube. The point of the matter is, all the black leaders in our community are all made to be freaking Uncle Toms and Coons. They get destroyed as soon as they go against the liberal power structure of the whites. And this is a fact. Like, I mean, that
do you know what
you took it
Malcolm X
here.
said? Oh, Malcolm X said Democratic liberals are the most like toxic. Not don't quote me, but like the most toxic thing to a black person.
No, it wasn't white. It wasn't liberals. It was the white liberal, not the
Yeah,
black.
there
It
you
was
go.
yeah,
The white liberals are the most toxic thing to the black community, is what Malcolm X
yeah,
said, and I
yeah,
believe
yeah.
him.
Yeah, I talked about that on this channel multiple times. Like, literally, I go against white liberals. You gotta understand, Scott Hall. If you're a conservative white that truly respect everybody, not based on skin, but based on character, then I'm not talking about you. You understand? When I went to that Trump and Hillary debate, I talked about this. This is like what, 5, 6 years ago, whatever it was. I think 2016, whatever it was. I was outside and you had the Black Lives Matter just starting up, Black Lives Matter with the Antifa people. And that was the first time I seen anything like this. Then you had the Trump people, MAGA people. I remember, like, they showed me respect. They treated me like I was a man, not a black man. That's the reason why I like West Coast, because it's so many different people, melting pot, that you don't get treated based on your skin color unless that person is racist. But in Ohio and everywhere else, you get treated based on your skin color.
Oh
So
yeah.
they actually communicated with me. They treated me like, they were like, "Hey, dude," and like, "I'll tell you why Trump is great for you and for your community." And then, like, I go to the liberals and I ask them, "Okay, so why should I vote for Hillary Clinton? Like, she's not telling me nothing she's gonna do that's gonna directly impact my community." "Oh, because Trump is a racist and this and that." They tried to trigger me off of emotions because liberals, white liberals, they think that black people can be controlled off of emotions, and a lot of us can be controlled off of emotions, to where if you see a black man get shot, when that dude literally tried to shoot a cop and he got shot, they can put that man up like he was innocent. like Harvard graduate, got shot for no reason, and you're gonna have a bunch of emotional black folks out there protesting because of the fact, like we are triggered because of the real racism that happened not even a century ago of seeing, like my grandmother saw people hung from a tree, like it wasn't that long ago, and like white people, y'all try to absolve yourself from that by
Stop
trying to
calling us
say
y'all, motherfucker.
no, I'm gonna
Not
say no.
y'all.
No, I'm gonna
It's
say
those
no. No, it
goddamn
is no,
liberals, bro.
no. It is no. It is y'all. No, it is y'all
God damn
because
it,
here's the
us.
thing. Nope, because you
All of
came on
us
here.
fucking hang a black person. I hate us, y'all.
No, I'm talking about no. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about people that look like you. You came on here and tried to tell me that I need to stop separating things by color when it is color. Because guess what? You, as a white person, don't have to worry about being in a community where 34 people will get shot in a weekend, and that the National Guard isn't in there, FBI isn't in there cleaning it up. That
No,
wouldn't
you're
happen for
right.
you.
Yeah, we don't shoot. You're right. We don't shoot each other. I
No,
don't know
it
why you
ain't.
guys
No,
do, but
nope,
we don't.
nope. It ain't.
Y'all
Nope.
shoot. Hey, y'all shoot the fuck out of each other, but we don't shoot each other. I don't know why. Well, we shoot up schools, but I don't know.
No, you guys, what you guys do in America, you pretty much fuck dogs. You keep your dogs away from y'all. Y'all gotta keep your kids. You literally are scared and terrified if you're like a white, teacher is like, interacting with your kid after school. You do all that stuff in America, but all over the world, the white folks, you guys are like freaking killing people. You guys are killing more black and brown people than anybody. And you guys are killing everybody. Anywhere you guys go and try to take over and try to make better, you turn it into shit. But like I said, that's doesn't have to do with this
All right,
conversation.
then
All I'm saying is you do
if you think that's
your
the way,
mess.
then we took over America and you're here, so why don't you move out? Go to Europe. Go back to Africa then if you don't like it here where we took over. America sucks ass, right?
You're actually Scott Hall. You're actually the problem, and
I
you're the
get it.
problem
I'm
because
the problem
because
here,
no
but
because how
I'm
do you
not
know
blaming my
how do you
success
know
on race.
hold on, how do you know I'm not from America? I may have already been here. You know there are black people in America
Bro,
before
I
they brought
think
the
you're from
slave ships over.
America, bro.
No, you just said why don't I go back to Europe
Because you just said
or
that
Africa?
anything that white people touch goes to shit. So why don't you go back to Africa if you don't like
No,
us,
why wouldn't y'all get the fuck out of this country? We
bro?
were here first.
No, you
Why
weren't. The
y'all the ones
Indians
came
were,
here and
bro.
destroyed?
You weren't even around.
Oh
We had to
no,
pull you over
no,
from
no, they were
ships.
no,
Your
no, they
king
were
had to
actually
sell you.
no,
Your king had to
no,
sell them
nope. There
to
were
my
black.
ancestors to
Nope,
get over here.
nope. There were black people here already. There are black people in America. They're around New York and all that area. It was black people in America. Indians were here too, but it was black people already here. Y'all came here. It wasn't white people here. Y'all just came here and y'all decided to bring black people with y'all as slaves. And that's something that y'all did, and y'all took away this country that was peaceful, was doing this, living his best life, and y'all brought that freaking culture. Y'all brought disease. Y'all brought freaking fucking animals. Like the animals are scared of y'all, and that's the reason why God made it to where you guys can't even be out in the sun for too long, or you guys can catch diseases and die. He
Is
he
that
literally
why
gave he
God
like God.
God is
Yeah,
God is
no, God.
punishing us by sunburn?
Yes, God gave some. No,
Damn
God
it, God!
gave.
Don't give me sunburn.
No, God gave
Please
some of
don't.
y'all white people. God gave some of y'all white people some allergies that can kill y'all, like peanut allergies. Y'all got
Damn,
some.
now we got allergies too. That
Yeah,
sucks.
everything bad that can
It's,
happen to a human being happens
it's
to
happening
white.
to a
You do
white
notice
person.
that. But think about it. Everything
Well,
bad
except we're not killing each other, and we have a better culture, and we have money, and we have generational
you guys
wealth.
caused, but you guys caused it. Everything bad that was natural before you, everything that was not caused by human that can kill you, you guys suffer from because of the fact, like, you guys just you put yourself in a position where you weren't supposed to be. So once again, you guys are in the Caucasus Mountains and y'all was doing y'all thing. Y'all was living by whatever rules y'all wanted. But when y'all started coming to Africa, y'all came to USA or what it was at the time. Y'all came to these places y'all weren't supposed to be at. Okay, because y'all just weren't y'all good conquerors. Y'all good like killing people and taking their land. But here's the thing,
No,
God.
they're not good at that. What it is, they had the uphill advantage, which is like
How's
you
that?
got like for example, they're not like for example with the indigenous people. My bad. Oh my gosh, I'm playing Need for Speed Unbound right now. With put it like this, they pulled up to Africa with guns versus spears. Same thing with the indigenous people of America. Same thing with the conquistadors that went to the Philippines. They went there with guns and stuff, and oh no,
Listen, we're only going to talk about what the white people did. We're not talking about what the Spanish wars. We're not talking about
they're
any of the
white.
wars. We're only talking about the white people war
You
because the white.
gotta
Hey,
know
we
they
are the white devil.
they they
Remember
they
that.
they
I didn't
try to
say
go.
you're a white devil.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
just said that we're not God's people. That's why we have diseases and shit.
No, I didn't. Nope, nope. I
That's
didn't say nope. I didn't say. But
no.
Hold on, boy. Let me clear it up, Ski, because I can't have that going out like I'm being. What I said was, okay, some white people deal with like having peanut allergies and all this bad stuff due to the fact that like black people were truly like the ultimate like being. And what I mean by black people, I'm talking about people with darker skin. You know, we were made to survive anything in this world. Okay, but the thing is, you guys who were mutated and your skin pretty much got lighter because you guys were mutated and you guys were trying to fuck dogs and do all this nasty stuff or whatever animal was around back like centuries ago. You guys were cast, you guys were outcast from Africa and all over the place. They put y'all in like one area, said y'all go and fuck each other, which is why you have like no offense, but you know, like inbreeding. That doesn't happen. Like black folks inbreeding, you would freaking get like somebody would try to kill you in our community if you get caught doing that. But in the white community in America, not saying all, but I'm saying a lot of white people engage in that, and
Something
it's not a
terrible.
bad. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. I had literally had a white guy that was talking about like doing it to gerbils or whatever. All I'm saying is this: there's stuff that you should not be doing as a human being that white people do, and I'm not saying all, but what I'm saying is you guys tried to push some of that on
You know
other
what is some
people.
white stuff? I was talking to my girlfriend today. What some white stuff is? They be trying to sell their own sister as prostitutes. That is some white
Yeah,
trash
that's another
activity.
thing that happens. That happens in America too.
And
But go ahead and say
black people don't still, and black people don't pimp. The black culture
not their
doesn't
own
doesn't the
family.
black culture doesn't have pimps in this culture. Is that what you're telling me? They don't
No,
extort. Black people don't
not
extort
their
themselves.
no, not their own family.
Okay,
What I'm
got
saying
it,
is you got to
got
stand for
it.
something at least.
No, but the family across the street that's black, they'll steal their sister. So listen to this chat. The black culture never had pimps, never did hoes,
First,
none of that. It was
first,
always a white person. Remember that, guys.
the pimping of the black culture that came after slavery because they weren't able to get jobs. So many times they sold their own wives to white people because
Yep,
they like fetishes.
yep. Whorehouses. They had to make
And
whorehouses
and
because men needed sex,
and
and
two,
they and we needed right.
and two, prostitution is a money game, and everybody knows that once a black person touches a prostitute, that prostitute value goes down 20-30%. That's why prostitutes don't like black people trying to buy them. That's why they always want the white man or someone lighter buy them.
Y'all are crazy.
Look, you're. I think where you're. Shout out to Blob. Let me make this point real quick. I think the problem that you face right now, and with the understanding I'm trying to give you, is that, God, look, I was the guy bashing black people like a few weeks ago. You got to understand. I started looking at the why black people do the things they do, and it made me realize that why am I saying why black people, and I'm black. So I had to look at the fact of what are these individuals doing. So what happens is when white people get into any type of position of power, they literally look to put, of course, their own people on. So when I tell you that, like, you know, you have like systems to get money that are in place that black people don't have access to, which is why you don't see a lot of black companies and corporations due to the fact that even if you're a successful person, like Ben Carson is one of the most successful surgeons ever, and he isn't even able to get access to capital without having somebody vouch for him, like a Trump or somebody like, hey, this is a good guy. That's just how America works. And you know, when you get to the level of getting tens of millions of dollars, you can't just go off of your credit or your track record. You got to have somebody vouch for you. And that person, 9 times out of 10, is going to be a white Jew or a white person. And that's just how it works. That's the reason why you don't see nobody but Diddy and all these people, Dr. Dre, when they get their billions of dollars, they're not putting on other black people because they know if they put on too many people and they screw up the money, they lose the money. They're not recovering from that, and they don't want to go. They don't want to be, you know, poor again. So they don't take risk with black people. They just hold it to keep it to themselves. Unlike white people, y'all take chances on each other because you're like, okay, I'll give my nephew that's like my nephew from like marriage. I'll give him a $10 million loan because if he fucks it up, then guess what? If I need to like recoup that money to make an investment, I can ask Billy Bob over here, hey, let me hold a $10,000 loan, and he's gonna give it to you, even though you just fucked around 10 million with your nephew,
But
because you
but the thing,
guys.
but the thing is
Go
this:
ahead.
the white people, their businesses are set up like family. Like for example, like let's say for example, like the banana phone. They already know what's inside their community. Like people are actually going to buy it. With black people, it's more so based off of necessity. Like let's say for example, if a black person owns an auto shop, they're like, yeah, our whole neighborhood needs someone to fix the autos. With white people, they're like, yeah, we can open up a massage parlor because we got a dirty old white man over here. We got Billy Bob trying to get an Asian hand job and stuff like that. But like,
Yep.
like once again, they know that their product is gonna sell. Like a black person, we can't sell no bakery. I'm not saying we can't have a bakery, but like our people are based off of necessity and what we need. We don't have money for expenditure like that. So I mean, that's what I want to add. And also, Billy Bob.
No, can I address to this?
Go for it.
So, cause I've drove throughout California. I've been to other states. The problem that I see with black culture themselves is that they don't trust each other like other cultures do. Like white
And
people
why
trust
is
each
that?
other.
Why do you think they don't trust other black people?
It's because of Ice Cube. Because everybody
It's
knows
because of Ice Cube, bro. That's
it
why they
is
don't
because
trust.
Ice Cube be melting.
Damn
And
it, Ice Cube.
yep,
That's
hell
why. It's
no,
not because they're bad with money. It's not because they fuck shit
no,
off.
no.
It's just because
That,
Ice Cube. Blob. This is
even
the kind of community. This is who we're talking to right now. Ice Cube is the reason why that black people don't trust other black people.
no, no, no,
No,
no, no. It's
it's
because
the
the
attitude
black
that
person
they
with money
have.
be fake. They be fake. Like anybody knows. Oh shoot, the drift mode playlist. Everybody knows that the worst person to be around, the worst black person to be around, is the one that be mad fake, and they usually be the one with all the bread. They be out there
Yep.
with the white wife talking about, yeah, man, F Africa. That's the worst black person to be around, but yeah, they be the one with all the money.
Let me say this real quick, guys. I'm gonna say this. Like y'all in the chat. This is why it's freedom of speech in the chat. This is why I tell y'all I'm not gonna let anybody come on the panel because you guys be too on that fake shit, and we're not doing that no more. You gotta understand. Like you guys wanted me to do this research and I get an understanding for why black people are engaging in things they engage in, why things are what it is. I've been doing my research every day. I do some more research. I'm learning to understand why. But y'all be in the chat, Martin Luther King's in the chat, like y'all was at my neck when I was talking about the blacks. Y'all was at my neck tripping. But now that I'm like actually pushing what needed to be pushed, the fact you got a white man out here trying to talk about how like I'm not supposed to feel the way I feel because of that nightclub that I opened up from scratch. It was a white man who invested in that. I talked him into doing it. And guess what that man gave me? That man gave me a kick in the ass and he took what I built, made now like almost 2 million off of it because it burnt down. And I got no piece of it because he used the fact that I'm thinking the white man is going to be gold. He's going to do me right because that's what's brainwashed in me. Just like all the other businesses that I created off of opportunity that were just okay. We won't need you no more. We'll just do it ourselves because you already put the foundation in. That's what you guys do to the majority of black people that create businesses or come up with recipes for something or come up with some type of system that brings in money. Look at Terrence Howard. Like people are literally running around talking about he's an idiot when he literally created the formula to have VR in the way it is now. Not saying Apple, everybody knew VR was gonna be a thing. You had VR in like the freaking early 2000s already. But I'm talking about the way it is now. Microsoft, not Apple, but Microsoft, Sony, and all the big companies, they took his patent and they ran with it and they didn't give him $1 for it. And he actually knows like they're not even using it in the right way from what he said that he put it together to where they still don't want to give him no money. And he can literally go and take what they already built and he could take that technology and do his own thing. But once again, it's the white man who has all the wealth that would even need a venture capitalist that would to take a chance on him with whatever that he would want to build. But guess what? They're not doing it. They're not going to give him a chance. They're going to keep the money and say no. We're not going to let Terrence Howard in, who would literally destroy all those companies, their VR departments, whatever their VR sectors, because of the fact he has once again ownership of the patent. He has use of their technology, and he'll make something bigger. And that's what I mean by white people. You guys are just here taking away the power still to 2024 from black people because there ain't no reason why. You told me that, Blob and Scott Hall. Is it any reason why if this man created the patent for VR in his form that it is in now, and these companies are running with it, why hasn't they put him in position to where he could be the head of VR for one of these companies making millions? Instead, he's looked at as a stupid ass rapper or stupid ass actor who did like Hustle and Flow and freaking all these movies that made him look ignorant Empire because he needed the money through acting, he got from acting to put his technology to create technology to pay to come up with ideas. This is his way to do it by acting. But now he's considered a dumbass, like he's stupid, when this man is one of the most smartest people ever in an iteration of where we're at right now in America. He's one of the smartest people to come out of America, really in the world, but he's considered dumb because he's an actor. Nobody's giving him any type of respect because white power system structure, whatever you want to call it, that literally run the news. Not one news organization did a real post of this man created VR in its form it's in now. This man literally is changing the thought process with something that's basic as one times one wouldn't be one. Like
Dennis,
these things aren't
Dennis,
looked at as being
Dennis.
serious. He's looked at as an
I'll
idiot.
answer you about this Terrence Howard stuff. Do you understand how VR works?
No,
Either do I. So I'm not going to tell you he's right or he's wrong because I don't fucking
No.
know. And I'm not going to go to the internet and read some article about, oh, this guy said it's right. So I'm listening to fucking scientists who have degrees, bro. That's what I'm listening to. Not Terrence Howard
Okay.
on Joe Rogan. That's the last
So
do
person
you,
I'm getting my
hold on.
information from.
Do you know what a patent is, Scott Hall? Do you know what a patent is?
I know what a patent is, bro.
Okay, so if you use a patent, if you use
This
a
dude said
patent,
1 times 1 is 2. I'm not listening to Terrence Howard, bro.
okay.
okay, if you
So if you got the patent, if you got the idea, but you don't know if they used exactly his what he put out there with on his pen, because what they could have done is switch a minor detail that makes whatever he did, a program or whatever, more efficient, that actually changes that's no longer his patent, even though it's 99% of his idea. So that's probably what they could have done. That's why they're not paying him, because they could, in a court of law, they could fight. Okay, this is not exactly what he he patented. So because he didn't patent exactly what we're doing, we're able to use it without actually paying him anything.
no, it doesn't
And
work that way. It doesn't work that way, Blob. Just let me just
Is
hear me out
that
with this.
Razor,
It
let
ain't
him
because
work
cook,
this way.
Razor.
What
Let this
happened
man
is
cook.
what
because
what
Terrence
happened
is
is
black? Y'all don't want to fend for him, but yet, even though that Steve Jobs been dead for mad years, he's still getting credit for the VR when he died long before the VR. But because he black, we gonna argue against the black man, and that's typically what happens in this country. A black person does something right, everybody goes to him and say, "Get the fuck out of here." But meanwhile, why do you make white pants? Don't know anything. He just puts his name on top, but everybody wants to go Tombo Bill Gates when he stole it from his business partner. When he ain't really did nothing but been a white guy with glasses. He don't even know how to
so
work his own computer.
go ahead. So let me say this. So okay, this is how this patent worked. He had the patent, but he didn't pay the fees for the patent because he thought that the lawyers were the lawyers were still in trying to get money from him. So he just didn't, and plus he didn't have the money at the time. He didn't have the money to keep up with the patents. Okay, so it went dormant. So those companies were able to use the patent as soon as it goes dormant. Okay, but here's the patents that were used. AT&T, they use system and method for creating and manipulating synthetic environments. You have right here Microsoft Corporation, sensing floor for hitting people and devices. You have who else? Amazon, integrated community of augmented reality environments. Hewlett Packard, projection capture system, programming and method. Sony, image processing apparatus, image processing method, and programming. Um, Hewlett Packard again. Hewlett Packard used the heck out of it. You got to understand these patents. They used his like base system. Okay, whatever he created, the base of it, they used that to create and build on top of. So yes, they might have made it better. They might have made it different, but either way, they're still using the system that he put in place, he built. And it's not like me saying, okay, you know what, guys, how about we have a store that people come in and they could cut the head off of a chicken. And then, that chicken head will fall into a blender and then it's going to be funny. The people can like, if it, like something like that. That's not what he did. He literally came up with the whole concept of the store being built that the chickens are being, heads being plucked off of. Then that's the point with the VR. He created a plausible system for VR to be in the form that it is now. Otherwise, somebody would have made VR better. Somebody would have made it wouldn't be the way it is now. It would be in a probably much better way to where you would actually feel like you're inside of the actual game. Right now, you can kind of tell you're outside. I mean, it doesn't really feel the same. You don't have a whole bodysuit, which is what is going to be in the future. And that's what I'm saying. He created that, and these companies, nobody's reached out to him to like have him further push it. But if it was white, just like Steve Jobs, think about Apple. Steve Jobs, he didn't create nothing. All he did was come up with the idea, and he was a great marketer. But it was Wozniak that came up with the actual, system that Apple used. So when they ousted Steve Jobs, they didn't realize that they needed him due to the fact that he made the products, like he
Uh,
made people want the product or want the Mac based on the look of it, the sexiness of it, and it was at the time powerful compared to what the Windows was. It was not as it wasn't, you got the viruses you didn't get. You have more processing power at a cost that would be way more with the regular PC. And then they brought him back in when Apple was down. They gave him another chance, even though he was running it into the ground because he was overspending. He was like acting erratic. And then he came up with the iPhone. And guess what? The iPhone. They tried to get rid of him again towards the end before he died because they said he was too radical. But the difference is they gave him the chance with freaking, and he didn't even he didn't even create anything. He just visioned. Had a vision for what he wanted it to be, but people built it for him. Terrence Howard actually built the stuff. He actually is coming up with these ideas, but he once again doesn't have anybody to back him because he's black. That's
No,
literally fact.
it's not because of that. It's because they look at him what he put himself as first was an actor.
no, but he
So
didn't put it
a lot of
as
actors
that
have degrees.
friend.
A lot of actors have degrees. They do independent stuff aside from their acting. You don't hear about much what they do. It's like you don't hear much about the business that Ryan Reynolds does. Like, do you know everything that what he does with his marketing or what he does with all the businesses that he has? No, you don't really hear about that
No,
because you
no, no.
first see the actor.
You actually hear about it. You go on YouTube and type in Ryan Reynolds movie star, and you're gonna see all kinds of things. Like he literally, like they talk about the big stuff that he does over him being an actor. Like he literally ran the he pretty much directed. He did everything with what you call it with I
Deadpool.
forgot his Deadpool, yeah. But he's literally, they call him a mega genius in regards to entertainment. Like he's not just doing that movie; he does a lot of different things. They make him a genius when it comes to like entertainment. I don't know about the tech side if he does any of that, but you understand if he was white or if he was black, he would not get the same shine. Like just name one white person that is a genius or great at
No,
acting or
but
whatever, and he's not getting respect, where he can't go ask for $100 million to do
no,
something.
whatever you just talked about Reynolds about him as being the actor. When we see him as a movie, you hear what he did with Aviation Gin, what Mint Mobile with that soccer team that he has? Do you know any of that stuff? You don't really hear about it because you hear the what he does as the actor. He paid. He wanted to make the Deadpool movie because he felt like he was the actual character, and even in the comics they say that it might even be him. So he wanted to become him. So he bought the rights to Deadpool. So technically, right now nobody could be Deadpool else but him.
You do okay, but here's the thing. This is contradicting your point. You do realize that there's black actors who would be great, and they have like movies that they would want put out, but they're not going to get the funding for it because you got to remember with Deadpool, the first iteration of Deadpool, which was Ryan Reynolds, sucked. You remember when he showed up in the X-Men movie and it was absolutely trash.
Yeah,
They took a chance with him. The first Deadpool movie, they invested over $100 million into putting that movie together, all off of the backing of Ryan Reynolds. They didn't know if it was going to be a success or not. You don't have black actors that get that same chance. And remember, Ryan Reynolds wrote, directed, he did everything with the first Deadpool. Of course, like he was like co-director. I think they had a bigger
yeah,
director, but
because he put his money onto the movie.
what do you mean he
It's
put?
like
What do you
he
mean he
put
put his?
most of the movie funding came from him because he wanted to make the movie.
Let's look. I'm gonna look that up. Okay, so Deadpool cost 58 million to make. Mind you, that doesn't include the advertising budget, which is going to put it over 100,000. But let's see who put.
Razor's saying
So
that
Ryan,
every application for a patent that Terrence Howard did was declined. I haven't looked it up, so I don't know. He says look
what are
it
you
up.
talking about? It's right. It's right. It's right here. It's literally right here. His patent is right here, and all the citations is all right there on the side. It's all right there. You see what I mean by you got to stop listening to these phonies on in the chat. When I was going in on black people, Razor was the main one talking about, dude, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. You're ignorant. You're this. Now that I'm actually defending the black culture, defending what we've done, now he has a big issue. This is why I don't care about those people because those people are
You haven't
losers.
done any. We haven't done anything. He has done something, but we haven't done shit. We can't even find a job, but he is
What are you
doing
talking about?
stuff. Yes. No, you're
Who
saying
can't
that
find a
he.
job?
Well, we can't, but
Are you
you're
are you
saying
white or black? What are you talking about?
okay. You just told me right now that Terrence Howard doesn't do this because of we. Just repeat what you just said. You almost made it sound like Terrence Howard is doing this for the culture. He's
No, I
making
didn't
this
say no.
patent for VR for the culture. Is what you just
No,
almost said. He's doing it for we.
no, I didn't say he's doing it for the culture. I'm saying he's doing it for the human race. The things that he's creating is to change and make our lives better in on this earth. He's not doing it for black people or white people or anybody. He's doing it for human beings. But what I'm saying is, like, he doesn't get funding. Like if Ryan Reynolds went in and said, "I want to make a movie that doesn't make sense," they're gonna give him funding. Okay, like that movie, the two movies he came out with outside of Deadpool didn't do good, and they were big budget movies. But a black person can't go into any of these, capitalist companies and ask for any type of money. They're
Go
gonna
hit up.
freaking say,
Hey, go hit up
be
Tyler
laughed at.
Perry. Go hit up Tyler Perry.
You
Tyler
do
Perry
realize
owns
that?
the studio.
No, you do realize that with Tyler Perry, he's not going to be a good example once again for this. And of course, you got to bring,
How come
you got to
every
everybody bring
black
up.
person at the top I bring up is not a good example?
Think about what he puts out. Would you say
He
what he
puts
puts out
out.
is good
I
for the black
don't know, but
community?
all I know is he has black movies and
No,
where people
no,
dress
it
up as
ain't.
females or something, right? Is that what it is or something? Like Big House and Mama
You
Diaz or
got
something like that.
no, 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 no. That's the other thing. What Tyler Perry did was he made the stereotypes that white people put on black people. He made that normal. He made it normal for the light skinned black
They've
dude
been
to
doing that
be
though
to
ever
be
since Eddie
no.
Murphy.
That's how you get your money. And this is what Dennis was talking about. You gotta, as a black person, to have a lot of money. You gotta sacrifice. As a white person, you ain't gotta sacrifice that much. All you gotta do is get a haircut. A black person, you gotta damn near change your whole personality. Embarrass yourself.
You got to understand. This is what I can understand. I just told you why. I just told you Terrence Howe. Okay, he literally created the VR the way it is now. And instead of you saying, you know what, I'm gonna look it up on Google like I did, and you could have did, you just thought, oh, it's a lie. And then when you realize it wasn't a lie, oh well, he didn't create it the way it is. They made it better. No, he literally is creating things, but he doesn't have the money because black people can just walk into a bank. You gotta walk. You gotta go to a venture capitalist company and say, hey, or some people and say, hey, I need $100 million. Look at Trump. Trump is president because of the money, because he was able to get enough funding to travel around the country the first time and say some things and be pushed to where Hillary Clinton was that bad enough to where he was able to become president. He's not qualified to be president. Okay, he's not. Like, and that's what's going on right now. You don't
Let
understand
me
that
say,
white privilege is a thing, and it ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't nothing wrong. You weren't born white to be privileged. It was just a thing. You gotta just understand that's a real thing that happens. You can't deny black people from feeling a certain kind of way, and I don't care. I'm not a victim. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work and do what I gotta do to get there. Because guess what? Like the people in the chat that have all this negative crap to say, what they want me to do is just be a regular ass dude making $50,000 a year and shut my mouth and die miserable. Because guess what? If I was a white person and I said I think 50,000 is just trash, for where I want to be in life, I want to be on a boat. I want to be able to retire and freaking be happy and live in the house and have the car that I want. Like, why can a white man say that? And that's going to be called the American dream. That's going to be called never giving up, making it happen. That's going to be called all these stories from
Facts.
all these people. But when it comes to a black man that says he wants to achieve these things, oh my God, you're freaking a loser. You're this, you're that, for trying to do the same thing white people are doing. And I have a kid that I didn't have access to for 9 years, choice of his mom. I had nothing I could do around it. I wasn't able to like sue. I couldn't do nothing. I was helpless. I couldn't do nothing. I didn't even know. Remember, I had the first child that wasn't mine. biologically, find out, but still love her to death, still my daughter. But guess what? A white person, half of y'all don't deal with that, not being able to get a DNA test so you can like fight for custody. No, but black men, we somehow always end up in that situation, isolation from our kids. So now I finally get my son, and now people are telling me, making me feel like I'm a bad dad because immediately after 9 years not having my son, I'm supposed to just jump and move wherever his mom decides to live, which is a place that has no jobs, no nothing, nothing in regards to what I can do. I'm supposed to go and start my life over and do that to because she went away for 9 years, and then now all of a sudden, so now I'm a bad person, and I let that bullying of me being a bad person for wanting to move to a city that will put me in position to make my son proud because I'll actually what kid would want a dad that literally can't even pay to get his haircut and pay to get, to get the things that are necessary, can't even pay for a basketball camp without freaking damn near killing himself. Okay. Forever until he turns 18, and then really would be no use for college, first car, because he's in a place because he doesn't have a skill that would accommodate him in that place. And guess what I did? I stayed in that place because me as a black man, I didn't want to be called a deadbeat when I absolutely was not. Because if I would have been allowed to have him from day one, I would have been in that city. I would have went to the military. I was actually 2 seconds from being sent out. But freaking when I found out the situation that happened, and I had to leave and I had to get my lawyer to go so I can get custody. I found out I couldn't do the way I thought I would be able to do, and I kind of screwed myself for leaving. I'm called a deadbeat. So now I got to accommodate, and now I can't have kids because I don't want to now have, you know, a possible and then a new baby. So these are things that black men have to deal with. And now I'm
Okay.
37, and I'm being told that I can't go and chase the American dream. I got to be a mediocre, and I call mediocre. I'm sorry for people that make 40,000 or 30,000 after taxes, but for a man in America, that's mediocre because most of us want to have that nice car. Then it ain't about having a luxury car. It's about having a car that you're gonna love to drive. Okay, like a manly car. Okay, no man want to be 70 years old driving a freaking Ford Focus. No man wants to be in a box, to where he to the point that he can't like get something fixed like piping. My grandmother couldn't get her bathtub fixed, so they ain't have water to wash their asses. Okay, they had to wash up at the sink, and freaking she died out of her own home because of this situation because I'm not even going to get too deep into it because I'm going on a whole tangent. I'm just trying to get you to understand. It's a different life requirement for white people from black people because black people literally we can't live the American dream. We got to be mediocre. We got to be whatever. It's just make it. But when it comes to white people, you guys make generational wealth like you bragged about a minute ago because you guys can strive. You guys can leave your kids with the mom or freaking go to a different state so you can earn money and freaking be great while the mother of the child is taking care of her business, remarries, like has a whole life. But you're not called a bad man. You're called a successful man who has a child that doesn't live with them or in the same state. So you don't have that hurdle of not wanting to be called a deadbeat. So you don't
I
want to.
also didn't have a kid with a mom that left me.
Doesn't matter. Women leave. You do
Well,
realize
if you
that.
choose the right partner, they don't. Actually, you can actually work through problems if you choose the right person. Actually,
No, no, no. They actually
But
still
not
leave. What about Tom?
necessarily
What about Tom Brady? What about Tom Brady? Tom Brady.
yeah.
You thought Tom Brady
those
thought his
rich
wife was
people
gonna leave
have
him?
so much money they be fucking off everything. They have enough money
No,
to
but
fuck off.
Oh my
Who
god.
knows?
bro,
Maybe they didn't get along.
no,
Maybe
bro. She
maybe he played football for so long, was in training camp for so long, he retired for 1 year, and you figured out, wow, this bitch is actually crazy. I don't like her. Maybe.
that's that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
After so many
That's
years, like
Tom Brady
But
didn't want to
there's
retire.
not listen, there's nothing stopping you from joining a union and making 80 to 90,000 a year. Immigrants do it all the time. LA is nothing but Mexicans in the union making bank. So there's
okay,
there's there's no
cool.
excuse. Go be a plumber, go be an electrician. You make bank, and they have apprenticeships, and they will get you in because they need ethnicities.
Okay, so to talk to you, Dennis, you've actually done a very good job of
Mr.
pretty much
Original Thought,
the
everything, dude, you're not helping. Because if unions are inherently racist, then how come all of LA is all the Jaros are Mexicans and they make 100,000 a year, bro? I've been in the
Okay.
union. There's plenty of black people. Original Thought.
Yeah,
They want black people.
but
Stop.
have you seen the
Stop
housing
blaming
in
other
LA?
people.
No, no,
Original
no.
Thought,
Let's talk
dude.
about LA.
Pick
Have
up
you
your
seen the
pants.
housing
Pull
in
up your
LA?
pants, homie.
No, because I live in the ghetto. I live in San Bernardino. Like
That,
I've seen
I feel
LA.
bad
I've
for you.
been to the houses. That
I
shit's
want to say I
very horrible.
apologize. Like I mean, you're over there catching the heat, and
And
just,
Ski, I got a question for you.
most definitely.
Is it possible that if I'm entertaining to where on YouTube, different iterations of my YouTube channel, been able to get my numbers up and make a decent amount of money off of YouTube? I've done parties. I've left the city and came back after 3, 4 years multiple times and ran the city and made thousands of dollars off of these parties. Okay, if I'm literally able to market myself in a bunch of different things, why am I limited to go get a job or a career that I don't want? I don't want to go and be a freaking like
Yeah,
plumber
exactly.
or whatever. Why do I have to do that? I'm not complaining about my money. I'm not telling you guys, I'm not asking you guys for advice on how to make money. I'm good. But that's the point. Because of me being black, people assume that if I don't do what they want me to do, which is go get a freaking union job or
Nine to five.
go get a CDL or go do all this stuff. Why can't I do what people do who say they reached the American dream? Like you got white dudes that be living in their mom's basement at freaking 40 years old, freaking trying to live a dream, trying to make something happen, and they're called geniuses. They're getting stories about how they made it happen. They never gave up. But a
I
black man
never
who's
heard a
literally been
story of a 40-year-old living in his mom's basement
Talk,
and being a fucking genius. What the fuck are you
talk about
talking about?
Jeff Bezos. Do you not
Jeff
know
What?
Jeff?
Bezos. Exactly, Jeff Bezos. He was
Jeff
like freaking in his
Bezos?
30s.
Okay, but he made fucking Apple. He's running whatever he's doing. He's making
Bezos?
robots and shit.
But
He's
but he,
No,
making
he
rockets.
had to get there. How did you think that's the point? How did he got there? Because his parents gave him money to get to that level, and he was at one point living with his parents.
What about Elon Musk? Didn't he
Elon
create businesses and sell
His
them?
dad, no, his
Elon
dad.
He
is
didn't create
the
PayPal and sell it?
Elon Musk is
No,
Yeah,
the
his
but
prime
he
example
has
of white
the
privilege.
I think
country.
he's the greatest African American, Elon Musk. But here's
He's
the thing:
not African. Stop saying
his
that.
dad gave
Elon Musk is sunburned. He's not African American.
his,
He
his
cares about
his
the
dad
sun.
his dad originally gave him the money to start that business. His dad gave him the money, and he created what was it? PayPal.
Yeah. No, I think
You
it
got to
was one
understand.
before.
I'm gonna
Apple,
give y'all
thank
the
you guys.
I'm,
I don't know.
I'm gonna
Apple,
I'm
appreciate
gonna
it.
give y'all the floor real quick and just say this, okay? Once again, the point I'm trying to make is that when it comes to white people, once again, that American dream, living with their parents while they like get that dream together, nobody says a word, everybody's silent, everybody's quiet. But with me, I've been on my own since 17. I've paid all my own bills, my own cell phone bill, everything I've got it on my own. Yes, right now, Cali Girl
Great
has been
thing.
the first woman in my life that has bought me something. Like prior to her buying me those AirPods, I've never had a woman buy me anything over 25 bucks ever. Never been taken out to a meal by a chick. Never. So here's the situation. You got to, other than my best friend at the time, who's a woman. But besides that, you got to understand, I'm not asking none of y'all for nothing. I'm not asking none of y'all for freaking a handout for no dollar. And
Thank you.
I'm good. But the thing is, why are y'all telling me, not you, but why are y'all telling me to go get a job, go do this, go do all that, when I'm fucking sitting here living my life in a
Working.
high rise right now?
No,
I got
Hold on.
everything I need. I got everything I need. It doesn't matter how it's paid for. Either way, like before I met Kylie Girl a year and a half ago, I was still paying for myself to live on my own, to have everything that I would need in life. I paid for that stuff. Nobody gave me a handout. When my uncle gave me that handout in those 3 years, guess what happened? I spent more time giving it away than spending it on something that would have made me
Bro, who
better.
hurt you? You need
Hold on.
Nobody.
counseling.
Hold on.
You need
Hold on. Hold
No,
on,
counseling,
Scott.
nobody
bro.
hurt
Hold on,
me.
DJ.
See,
DJ. Let me get in
you're
for a second.
making. Hold on, let me say this. Let me say this
Let
real quick.
original
Let me say
talk.
this.
Let original
Nah,
talk.
this is my channel. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. Hold on. I'm gonna say you can't. You're not gonna sit here and call me emotional and then think I'm not gonna respond to that. It ain't nobody being emotional. This is passion, and the passion, once again, black folks get. Stephen A. Smith gets this. When we're passionate, when we're cooking to make people actually want to watch and listen. Okay, even though there's only 34 people in here, these people, if I'm monotone, like, well, I did my job, people are gonna leave because of me being passionate, which makes it better. It ain't emotion. It's me speaking facts.
How come
That
I
once
get a job?
again,
How come I can't be in the basement
No,
fighting
no, no.
30-year-old? How
Don't
come
keep
I
going
can't do this?
questions. We
How
got some
come people
stuff
are
to
telling me I
discuss,
gotta get
Scott.
jobs?
Don't
no,
keep
but
asking
you
questions.
shouldn't. You shouldn't be in the basement. I'm not telling you to be in the
Get him,
basement. I'm telling you
OG.
I'm not.
Get him, OG.
But go ahead, go for it. You got the floor.
Get him, OG. Get
Hold on,
him.
Scott. Hold on, Scott.
Get him, OG.
We need to have a history lesson in the conversation. Now, you said unions wasn't inherently racist, correct?
No, what I said is right now there's a bunch of
Hold
non-white
on.
people. No. Let me finish. What I said is right now in the union there's a bunch of people that are non-white. When it was created, I don't know anything about when unions were
No,
created. I'm
that's
talking
okay.
about
That's what I'm
right
here
now.
for, is to tell you why it was created. See, do you know when unions first came into existence in America?
Probably, I don't know. Probably when everybody started migrating over here.
No, 1875, 78. They actually, it was all about the carpetbagging movement. Unions came into place because at the freedom of slaves, it was a mass proliferation of workers that would work cheaper than white workers. So the only way to ensure white jobs, they created unions, and they said, hey, if you hire union workers, you support white. Union membership was inherently white until the civil rights movement.
Okay, so I'm
Mhm.
not talking about in the 1800s because we're not there. I'm talking about now. Yeah, I understand. You're right. I get that, but that has nothing to do with us.
I think it has everything to do with us. See, I don't know what job
Does
you
that
do.
rule
Hold on,
still
Scott,
does
Scott.
that rule still apply?
Listen to what I'm saying. Just because you see people working at union jobs doesn't mean they're union workers. Same way with the SAG union in LA, everybody that's on the set ain't SAG union, but you have to hire a certain amount of union workers. See, so you're just talking about labor rights and stuff that I'm really passionate about that you are saying that you don't have no knowledge of. So I just want you to understand what DJ's saying is right.
What's he saying?
And
He's
that's
saying that
God.
he shouldn't just be uh, constrained to a class. If he has ambitions and he has belief in himself and he has a positive drive and determination, there should be no ceiling to the success he can achieve.
Okay.
And we need to support DJ.
Yeah.
No,
Talk that talk, Ski.
nah, OG, you got this, OG. But nah,
No,
but
but
but, but, but for whatever reason, I always think like every black person should just be cleaning toilets and cleaning like tables. It's
no, it's
like
not that.
That's
It's
a
the
socio-economic status. That's an education status. Yeah, white people might have a family member that owns a business, but just because you're cleaning toilets doesn't mean that you're just automatically. That's a socio-economic skill issue. That's a confidence issue, maybe.
Well, see, what you're arguing for, and you probably don't know this, what you're arguing for is benign neglect. You're saying, hey, we did a huge disservice to black people, but as long as we don't continue to do a disservice, then they have nothing to complain about. And what I'm telling you, that in itself is a disservice.
Say that again.
What you're participating in is the biggest part of white supremacy is benign neglect. 80% of people who support white supremacy do so by not doing anything. They know it exists, there's historical precedent for it, but they say, hey, as long as I don't participate in it, to tearing it down or building it up, you can't fault me. But it's a system that's ingrained in American society. So unless we tear it down, unfortunately, the white people who refuse to admit it, to acknowledge its existence, and to understand that it's hampering everything black people do in this society, y'all are helping it to proliferate.
Okay.
I don't think that's the idea he was talking about right now. I think more is that America, what they're focusing on right now is getting those secure jobs and not have entrepreneurs and people with ideas to be out there discovering and fortifying what they want to be doing. Is they just want labor workers, people that to not think. They're just like those are factories that they used to have. I feel like America, that's what they try to focus on. Whatever with black people, Mexicans, white people, that's pretty much what they want.
I'll never know what Blob be talking about, but I understand what he's referring to. But in today's job market climate, there is no such thing as secure jobs. With advanced automation in several
Thank you. Thanks.
industries, it's really hampering because a lot of people don't know a huge part of American economy is the service industry.
Real quick. Let me say this. The reason why I changed this format, just so you know, if somebody cams up, then I'll take it off this. I'm gonna see if this makes a difference with trying to retain retention. Because when I'm on by myself, usually the numbers are higher without me having people on. So I'm gonna see if this makes a difference just for the time being because numbers aren't growing. I want to make sure it ain't because when people come on here and they see a bunch of like no face people, they might think it's like stupid. But I know when it's like just me, my numbers go up to like around 40, 50. So I'm just trying this out. But we're gonna do this for like 10 minutes. But original thought, what he's saying though, or not what he's saying, but what I'm happy you hitting home on and blob. I want you to more so respond to this fact that the whole, because a lot of people going in on me with the whole 40-year-old genius comment. I'm not saying that the guy in the basement is a genius. What I'm saying is you have people that are literally living with their parents, maybe a beach home or whatever, but they have that to where they're not worrying about paying anything at the moment while they are creating something that can be great for humans. And that thing that might work, if it doesn't work, they got a fallback plan. They got somebody that's gonna, pick them up. You gotta understand. I had, yes, that money. I'm not acting like I'm privileged or not privileged. I had access to that money. I blew through it. But the whole point of the matter is, other than those 3 years, I've always taken care of myself. I always had my own place, car, everything on my own. I didn't have nobody buy me nothing other than those 3 years. So just keep in mind that, like, when I have a bunch of people telling me what I should do with my life, that's where I'm like, this is stupid because you don't have a dream, because you guys want to go and make 50, 60 for the rest of your life, which is nothing wrong with doing that. That's good money. It's just not for me because I want to change, not the world. I'm not going to be that freaking egotistical. But I'm talking about I want to change a lot of people's life. The whole end game is to affect as many people as possible. And it's through entertainment. My whole purpose of having my
Every
entertainment company was for, let me just say this last point, was because I as a kid didn't have anybody when my stepdad passed away to give me anything to enjoy. And I know I got in trouble when I didn't have nothing to look forward to. So my events were all based around me giving kids opportunity. And when I say kids, me, because I mean it was my age bracket. So I'm talking about when I was 21 to 25. But it gave teenagers more so, or young adults, somewhere to have a good time, not worry about getting shot, which happens in all the big cities. Nobody got shot at my parties. No fights really, other than one time. No fights. That's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to be able to use that money, which I did, to give away, for example, those CAPS tickets to those kids in the juvenile justice system, like JJC, so they can see somebody cares, pay for the bus. I was able to affect kids that I told you before. I met the one kid 10 years after the fact that showed me love, whatever such, because I did that for him. I didn't even remember. This happened a few years ago. So the whole point is, like, my path will take me where I want it to take me. But I get it that y'all might not believe it. Just like YouTube. People told me that I was not going to make anything happen on YouTube. YouTube is a fluke. It's you got to be great. You got to be talented. Imagine if I listened to them. Because don't think what it is now. Think about what it was when it started. That first 2 weeks of being on YouTube, like I did what only 0.00001% of YouTubers have ever done. And it wasn't a gamble. It was just me being entertaining enough and being passionate enough that people felt like they wanted to hear and see more of what I was offering. So I'm just saying, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, which is all part of the plan to make some people happy, which
Yeah,
is what they try to do to us black folks.
let me jump in here, DJ. Let me dial in
Go
on
for
your
it.
point too. See, when we talk about black people having a media problem or image problem in the media, it's not to our own fault. What you're speaking to is this issue of transference that white people have. You know, this person that's living in the basement off mom, never did nothing with his life. That was a white stereotype that was transferred on to black people as unification. We continue to grow successfully. See, that's the problem we have with black people. Is the ills of the word are all, the ills of the world are all ascribed to black people, and that's what we war against in the media. That's why I think your YouTube, your personality, your termination is good for black people. I seen it that first day. I seen your content. That's why I'm still here, because your growth and your maturity, man, and your transparency is really appealing. And to me, you're a shining example of why I love and respect black men.
I appreciate that. I'm trying to be better because I was nasty when I was talking about the blacks. You got to remember, and here's
Nasty
some
work.
trauma. Yeah, here's some trauma for you. This is what you think I'm doing. I had trauma, so I hate it. I'm gonna be real. I absolutely wanted to make niggas. I'm talking about like people that want to be considered that in America, not a upstanding black man. I wanted to make their life hell. I'm talking about people that I felt did me wrong in regards to violence, in regards to hurting my family or stealing from me, whatever. I wanted to make them feel bad. And I wanted hood rats who my whole life of dealing with
All right,
them made me feel like crap.
I'm
Hold on,
gonna
let me
hop
finish
out
the
of
point.
here.
Okay, I
I'm
appreciate
gonna
you
hop
jumping
out of
on.
here. OG, everybody I met today. Chat. Stay good.
Yep. Appreciate
I'll
you, man.
talk to you later.
Yep. All right, man. So I had the hood rats, and I came on YouTube to bash those kind of people, to make those people feel like, oh my God, he's talking about me. He just hurt my feelings. I wanted their feelings to be as hurt as I I was hurt dealing with them, interacting with them. That's the reason why I was acting that way. But in reality, it was self hate because I was that same person before I matured and grew up. I was that dude. I wasn't hurting people, but I was that dude making people's life hell. So that's the reason why I had to walk that back and tell people ultimately, like the reason why you have people that think that way. Like if you don't have nothing and your mom decides to birth you in the middle of like a gang infested community, you don't have a choice but to be a gang member. And then once you get used to it, it's like nothing. That's like somebody, that lady that shit on herself because they locked her in the closet or in the room for like freaking 20 plus years. Then she got out, and then, they brought her back to health. And then now she has to defecate on herself to get turned on. Like it turns her on to rub that all over her body. That's a true story. That's how it is for some people. If you get used to something, you're immune to it. Like if you used to somebody taking care of you, like if your mom is taking care of you until you're 30, you're gonna get used to that. You're gonna not think that you need to change. That's what a lot of black folks are dealing with. They're used to something, an environment such as a project that was put together. It's an experiment once again for black people to see how people, human beings, will react in an environment with no food, no clean water, no nothing, roaches, bugs, like fighting for meals. How would they react in this environment? And instead of shutting these projects down and paying the participants who were unwillingly put into these communities, no, they just continue the facilitation of this experiment being done on black people, just like the chemical trials and all the medication they gave to black people that killed a lot of black people and put disease in our community. And that's the reason why I fight and I tell people the truth of why things are the way they are. So if some white people want to get upset with me and say that I'm being racist, I'm not racist. I'm just talking about what would be the equivalent of you talking about black people killing each other. White people with the dogs and all that stuff is the stereotype that you guys would have that you can't deny because black people do it less than you guys. So whenever I hear a white person say, "You guys shoot each other," you guys do this, I'm gonna say, "Okay, you guys fuck animals more. You're white. The white teachers, you got to watch your kids around them. Like I'm gonna talk about what the
Facts.
white people do more. So how why and like he literally got mad when I said that about the dogs and about the teachers, but he literally just said, "Oh, y'all killing each other. Y'all
Hey,
make music.
real
Same
quick,
thing.
DJ. I'm finna step
Go
down off
for
the
it."
panel, but that's why I came up here, man. Your boy Scott thought he had you, man. I had to come up here and pack him out real quick, man. Keep spreading that good gospel, man. I'm still be watching, but I'm finna step off the panel.
No, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, original thought. You did do some cooking there. Christina, I talked about race because he came on starting it. I didn't talk about it. I was chilling. I was talking about why I'm doing DoorDash. I was literally talking about why I'm quitting and doing DoorDash and quitting Lyft. That's what I came on to talk about. He brought it to race. He's the one that jumped
And
on
that's
here and
the truth, though. That's the truth. Dennis was over here working hard like a good little Dennis he
slave.
is. You know,
Yeah.
slave Dennis. Slave Dennis was over here working hard on the carriage, and Dennis was talking about what do you think I should do? And I think I'm the only one that answered.
You
Yeah, and
were,
he's the one
yeah.
that brought up the race.
Um, that's why I want to get on, to be honest. Cause here's the thing, what I don't, cause I'm not, I haven't been watching you for much. Like I've seen you from the beginning when you started, but I
Yeah.
haven't been following. But what is it that you know how to do? Cause here's the thing for me, cause like I said previous on the live like last week that I experiment on what I do. Like last year, I traveled
The
California and
customer
I gave.
requested you leave the order at their door. They added the
Okay.
following instructions. Leave
I'm
it by
still
door
I'm still here.
at the gate at the
That's
No,
store.
no,
DoorDash
but
guy.
the voiceover thing. And I gave this chick about over $1,000 a week for a
Okay.
year, just to as like an experiment. So for me, um, depending on what you know how to do is something that you should probably go forward with. Like for me, I know how to do mechanic, so I'm very good with cars. So
Okay.
doing that's why I kind of wanted to. That's why I also joined DoorDash to just to get to familiarize with everybody to be able to fix everybody's cars.
Okay.
So for that's what I wanted to do, but I don't have the financials yet. Even though I was making over $100,000 a year last year.
Oh, right here.
Um,
Oh, perfect. Thanks. Yeah.
but
So you
like
can
what?
Yeah, there you go.
In
Thanks again. Have a good night.
in order to
Yep.
improve that, like I found out the connections where I get new tires, where I get parts. Is there something like that that you know what you're getting into where you're gonna be doing it at?
So okay, so to answer your question, this is a situation. Okay, you have all kinds of professions. Your profession you're trying to get into is fixing cars. You can do that without even having money because you can actually go set up an account with AutoZone, and they'll give you the stuff without paying anything. You can actually, if you know how to fix cars, you're good. My profession is entertainment. So I'm good at marketing mainly. Like my biggest thing is marketing. I know how to market something. Now, when it comes to something that I'm actually doing me personally, I'm trash. But when it comes to me promoting like a party or helping somebody build their persona up to make money off of it, like as a DJ or like as a model or whatever such, I'm good at creating that base. Now, here's the thing. Um, right now, what I have to do, what I can do, it takes capital. So when I got to the level back in '09, when I was putting on parties, making 4 to 5 thousand in my pocket every night, every Friday, for like almost like 6 months or so, and then you know all the other money, like I'm terrible financially. That's just it. I know how to hustle, I know how to make money, but I blow through all the money. So when it comes to the party game, I was making I make great money. And it's been multiple times that I leave Youngstown, I go back to Youngstown, put on parties, whatever. It ain't about me being popular. It's the fact I know how to market to make people excited enough to want to go and spend $20 to get into the door. Okay. That's what I'm great at. But remember, it takes capital. So every time I go out to Youngstown, I go with just enough to do it. And then I find usually there's a white guy that has a building or something. And then he says, hey, dude, I'll let you, run my building. You can have all these events. I just want this small percentage. And then after I get it up and running, they change their mind and say, okay, I think I can do this on my own because of this, because of that, because of this and that. And then guess what? Now I'm back to square one. That's been the story of my life because I'm a dreamer and I literally give everybody a chance to like work with me and I do whatever numbers I promised, I make it happen. And then they always, boot me away and try to do it on their own, and it sucks. And that's just, and I got proof of every single one of those journeys. Then in Vegas, I was making good money. I left for the right reason. My daughter at the time, not biologically mine, not legally mine, I chose to try to make her life better. I tried to save her. So I left Vegas to go and save her. And with leaving Vegas, I gave up on my business that I had out there. It was I was marketing for this plasma center, lead generating. I created that out of nowhere. Like I came up with that whole idea to I came up with that whole idea to be a create or to create leads from Walgreens. But long story short, uh, now that I'm out here now in California, prior to coming here, I decided to go into the entertainment space with YouTube. Okay. And my first video or first 2 weeks, I blew up off of YouTube. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know I can actually be the personality. Because normally I hire people to be the model, the DJ, whatever such. Now I'm actually the figure, that people want to see. So what happened was being my first time, being bad with money, I didn't properly set myself up to do this as a full-time thing, which is where I was running towards. I was doing, numbers that I could have started doing full-time, but I didn't know nothing about YouTube, which is my fault. I didn't know how YouTube worked. I didn't know me going away for 3, 4 days would literally take you out the algorithm. You got to start, pretty much from scratch.
Yeah.
So with that said, right now, I don't push. I'm not sticking to anything. That's my problem. I don't stick to nothing. When I got this motorcycle, I got it so I can like get rid of this car payment, car and the gas, and I can, my cost of travel each month will now be no more than $400 a month. So $400 a month, that's it. So that knocks off $1,300. So now you figure $400 a month. My rent being at, let's just say 2,400. That's $2,800. My other bills and support for my kid. That I still got to give support for, not required, but I do. I'm at, give or take, maybe $3,400 a month. Okay, or I'm sorry, I did the math wrong on that. $3,500 a month. That's doable anywhere, and
Yeah.
that's where I was supposed to be at. But instead, because I'm bad with money and I flip flop, I decided to go get this car again and put myself in a position that once my lease is up and at the end of the July, I'm back to now with rent, with bills with car, with bike, with everything, I'm at like 55 to 6,000 a month, which ain't feasible. But now that I woke up and I had this awakening, realizing why the fuck do I have this car? Lyft is absolutely trash. It's bad right now. It's gonna be bad. It's never gonna be consistent. They brainwashed me. They got me. Gave me good rides with the algorithm for a couple months. Now it's trash again. Give up the car. That knocks $1,600 off. Now you can actually stay in California if you wanted to for 3,500, or go to Vegas and you can get in Vegas and do that for $2,600. So that's where my life is at right now. But I got a bunch of people telling me to go be an electrician, go to be this, go to be that, not understanding that it ain't nothing wrong with not being smart enough to do those things. Yes, people might say that I'm the smartest person they know. That's a bad look because there's millions of people
Yeah.
way smarter than me. You shouldn't be calling me the smartest person you know because I'm not. Like I'm not. I'm good at basic math, like multiplication and all of that stuff. I can do in my head. But when it comes to like logic, when it comes to sticking to something, that ain't me. So that's the reason why I'm in this situation right now because of the fact I'm trying to appease people and make people happy. And in reality, what would make me happy and make my life um, be in a way that my son is going to respect me. I'll be able to take care of him when he becomes adult. My daughter, everybody. It's freaking me staying here and doing what I feel is best, which is entertainment. I'm in a mecca of entertainment. I just haven't
Mhm.
tried. I have not networked. For the first time, which was the other day, I was on live. That chick that I told you about with the fashion, that was the first person in the industry that I networked with or that can help me with my YouTube channel. But there's millions of people that, or not millions, there's thousands of people that are out here doing big numbers on YouTube that I can rock with. That's going to help me learn and do YouTube better, to do social media better. That's the reason why I'm in California. So that's the reason why I'm telling y'all going to see better because I'm going to network with her on Monday about the whole, how to manage the channels. And then I'm going to start being more, I'm going to stick to something. Okay. And it's going to be different now that I know it's coming crunch time. I might have to move. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
make a strive to try for 1 month, 30 days. 30 days. I already got the plan rolled out. I did it last night. 30 days. I'm gonna stick to the same routine every day for 30 days. And if I can do that, I got a future. But if I can't, it's gonna be chaotic and it's gonna be a whole story to tell on YouTube. So there you go. I know I threw a lot at you, but I was trying to give you the past like
Yeah.
10
So
years of my life.
here's kind of thing. I think this is very important is to actually because like you do parties same town every single time. Do you have a connection already of who could supply you with stuff?
Just and by the way, one times one, as I was taught, is one. It might be two with the way Terrence Howard was talking. And shout out to J Media. I don't have the chick that I met that she's in my building. I see her almost every day. But I would just say hey because she got a nice dog. But I never like actually asked her. You're in fashion or something. You're always dressed up. You look like an influencer. I didn't ask her until 2 days ago, and I'm gonna reach out on Monday and try to get info. Other than her, there's bars that influencers go to. So you got to remember, but Vitali and all these, he's kind of old, but now he came back, made a comeback. But there's influencers who are literally YouTube is not hard. You gotta understand. Like the reason why my YouTube channel it sucks is because I don't want to be in a gig space. Like I did a video today about freaking Lyft, and the algorithm pushed it. The algorithm literally pushed it to where it's one of my best videos right now based on time. Like I don't want to be in that bubble, but right now I might have to just start a whole new channel and just talk about what I want to talk about and just start over, but still do videos on this one, but just do DoorDash ride alongs pretty much. Because I know now with the algorithm, if I talk about something like my video, I was at 50 people when I was talking about ride share, gig work, whatever. But now that we're talking about other stuff, life, numbers dipped. I got to face facts. I'm in an algorithm that is for gig workers, gig tubers. Like I'm not going to get the people that want entertainment, want blogging, want all that. So
Hmm.
that's the reason why I'm stuck in this box, and it looks bad to where my numbers aren't going up because the algorithm don't know where to push me because I'm just so stuck on Lyft. It always goes back to Lyft and money and work. So they push me to those people, and it's causing me to not have any growth. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because the old people die out and the new ones just kind of come in and they and so on and so forth. But yeah, because like for me, like because I live about 2 hours from where you're at. uh I already like if I want to do a full on mechanic or like dealership myself, like I only need the capital. I know where to get new tires. I know where to get vehicles from like across state lines. I know how to do the paperwork. Like I know everything. The problem for me now, like because I've been technically in the same, not in the same industry, but due to my parents um able to network with everybody, like I was able to even network even farther from them. So like from there for them, they've networked from my hometown to like 3 cities over. But then for me, I was able to network almost throughout California just because of um the way they showed me how to network. And that's a problem that I feel like you might have, is the ability to talk to people
He,
and be able to network consistently.
I think the problem you have is you keep on trying to put down Dennis. Because if
I'm
you
not.
network, why don't you why aren't you a mechanic, man? You over here getting that Dennis. Dennis is a perfect networker. Like you're
He
here right
is.
now. He just networked with your dumb ass. You're here right now. Yeah,
I'm
he
not.
gonna
I'm. A,
be a bad communicator. Who the hell do you think you are coming on the panel? Dissing
I'm.
him.
I'm not gonna be as harsh as Ski was,
I'm
but yeah,
even a
you
fan.
did.
Okay.
No, let me say this real quick. You did. You gotta understand. I know what you're trying to do. It was you. You came in a. You came in a. You're trying to do it, be in a nice way. You're trying to offer suggestions. It was just a bad look. Let me tell you why. I'm actually a good networker. What it
Okay.
is um because you see with YouTube, all the people, it's just different ways of doing it. Like for example, with you, I can
Yeah.
tell you how to market and be a good networker, and you in regards to you being a mechanic. What I would tell you to do is to go on YouTube, start with YouTube, and create a channel. And I would tell you create an Instagram, Facebook, and all that. If you don't know how to edit the videos to time lapse them, then reach out to me. I'll do the first few for free. After that, you got to pay. We could agree on the price. But what I would do, you can do it yourself. It's easy. I would do jobs for free or little money for family and friends in your free time, and then what you do is you take those, you record the whole process of you doing that work and you put it on YouTube. You record the whole thing. You get a tripod and you can record it on your phone and you make sure every single thing you do, you fix, you explain how you did it, and you do a channel. That will blow up immediately. Like immediately, you're going to be doing numbers. And you can tell people you're available in LA or wherever you're at, you can come do their car, and people will reach out to you for you to come do their car, and you can record and you'll grow with that, and you'll grow and be big because a lot of mechanics don't know how to operate in 2024. They're still old to where they don't know how to like use social media and all that, so that you don't see a lot of those car people. But the car people that are doing those how-to videos and doing like if you go to a dealership and test drive a car and do a review on it, you can tell the people, hey, and this is something I can also do. But once again, this is putting like what I know how to do on paper and go and execute, which is why I said I'm terrible executing for myself. But you can go to a
Same here.
dealership and tell them you want to rent. I mean, not rent, but tell them you want to test drive this car and you're going to do a review on it. And you literally, they'll let you have the car for like 6 hours. And you can go and drive it around, do test drive and record it. And then you can do a review of the car or whatever. Even Tesla let you do it. And then you put that on your channel and you tell people the ins and outs of it, and somebody they want reviews on cars, you're gonna get people that are gonna check out that video, and you're gonna grow from that because people are gonna be like, oh, he knows all about cars, and that's how you would be a networker. You don't need to work for a company. You can do that for free because if people see you fixing cars online and you get business cards, which are cheap to make at Kinko's, you're gonna make and laminate some business cards if you need to, or invest in yourself and go buy some on Vistaprint for now. Make them rounded so that way you stand out and make them bold, make them simple and modern. And guess what? You can get business like nothing. And all I just told you, I can write it all down to you in the email. And I guarantee you it'll work or your money back. And guess what? This is what I do. What I just did for you is like considered a consultation. And I do this for free for people, but people don't understand this is what I love to do. This is just fun for me. And there's a lot more I can give you that would probably be an hour conversation that'll take you to where you be the best mechanic like in your family because you're gonna freaking stand out because nobody in your family gave you the game I just gave you that will take you there. So do you understand though what I mean by like this is what I do, this is how I
Yeah.
market, this is how I network. So this right here, if I was white, which is why I always put race on it, if I was white and I just did what I did with you, If I was white and I did that, they'll be like, "Oh my God, dude, you're freaking amazing." You know what? I'm gonna save your number and I'm gonna like, give this, try to have you reach out to my son or my nephew, or I'm gonna have you reach out to my uncle. He needs help with marketing. But with me being black, they're gonna look at me unless I'm dressed like this. They're gonna say, "Oh, okay, thanks for the info," or they're gonna say, "Okay, okay," and they're not listening. They ain't paying attention to what I just gave them, and that's what happens with me. And you gotta remember, black people don't have money in this country to make and change a life of a person. Not the ones that are actually trying to, like Dr. Dre, Kanye. Those are like they're over there. But black people that are in communities that could have heard this conversation and been like, you know what, Dennis, like you gave some good game. What other businesses can you give people game on? Being better and marketing yourself, building, and they'll be like, Dennis, I'm gonna put some money behind you. Okay, let's go and let's make this happen. A lot of white people got that opportunity, and it's crazy. The same thing I did for you. I did this with this woman. I was in a car crying because her son doesn't want to get a job, and I gave her the whole game. I gave her like a consult. I consulted her like, hey, what you do is you tell your son that he can hit me up, give me a call. I'll tell him the game. He can do lift, like literally do 40 hours. He's gonna make 600 to 700, but he has no bills. He's living off you. And I'm gonna tell him like, to go get some nice clothes, make himself feel good about himself. And then, I'm gonna help him like finally get a girlfriend. Like this was a literal um situation I had. And she took my number down and I never got a call from them, probably because, I know she might have been white. I mean, her son might have been like, I ain't about to talk to that dude because he was socially awkward. But the point of the matter is she believed in me and she actually wanted me to try to help her son. But once again, she's not moving mountains for me. But if once again, last thing I'm gonna say, that's what I meant with the whole black and white thing. Black people, they're gonna just walk past and say, okay, whatever. White people, they're gonna say, oh my God, I can't lose out on this valuable guy. Like you should be emailing me right now. You just said 4 times you don't know how to be a mechanic, like to get business. I can literally give you the game. You should be the first one emailing me, begging me to help you because I just said I'll do it for free. So all you gotta do is reach out to me, and then we have an hour call, and I'll literally break it down to you. Just have a notebook and paper, and I hope you make your YouTube channel. I hope you do it all. I love to do this, and that's what I'm looking to do with my life. I'm looking to help people build brands. Offer service, get out here. Be in a position to make money. So you understand why Ski kind of came at your neck about saying I don't know how to network. I'm a bad communicator, but when it comes to like getting business done, I'll get it done, and people will understand it.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I came at your Buffalo humpback neck was because you
So,
did potential customer. If you a business person, you don't know Dennis. Dennis might know somebody. Like Dennis always knows. Dennis knows a lot of people. Like it's just like you don't diss potential customers because these people can bring people to your business. And you talking about I'm networking. I know how to work on cars. Like, come on, dude. Like Dennis could have helped you get another client. He's a lead generator. I mean, if you were so good at cars, you should be on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. But nah, you over
yep.
there eat out of DoorDash bags. I know the type of people you are, but I do gotta say to Money Boss, I am out of line. So sorry.
No, and I like he is out of line, but
Respect.
yeah, it's all good. He's out. He's out of line. He ain't really out of line. He's just blunt. You got to be blunt sometimes. He's just being blunt with you. Like in life, you don't want to. I would never tell somebody. I would never go to somebody's channel and tell them that they don't know how to network, whatever such, unless they are absolutely terrible and they wanted the suggestion. So it ain't the networking. It's more of like the time. With me, it's the time management. It's the scheduling. It's the making time to get things done and putting my brain to sleep on trying to make money. Like when I'm trying to network with people, I'm thinking about making money. Cause I should be out right now. There's a bunch of YouTubers, big YouTubers out at bars right now. I can go meeting up with them, telling them, hey, I was booming at one point. Here's my numbers. Like let me, like give me some game. What did you do? And they'll be excited because there's a lot of people that with my mindset to where I just want to help people. I gave you all that help for no reason other than I want to help you. And you can still email me and I'll give you the game again. So that way you can be a good mechanic because you sound like you really want to do that, but you don't got nobody in your life. Do you got anybody in your life that gave you the game I just gave you with marketing more so?
No, because the problem was because like everybody does mechanic. I don't nobody does a whole social like YouTube and Instagram like that's for me is somewhat why I haven't started, because I'm trying to learn the ins and outs of doing all that before I fully because that's not the only thing. Like my life goal, or like my future goal, is to have a one business in every industry.
Okay.
That's my ultimate goal.
What do you mean? What do you mean one business in every industry? What do you mean by that?
Like a mechanic shop, I have a dealership, I have a construction, I have rental properties, I have a restaurant, I have a plumbing business, like a school even eventually. So like that's my like end goal, is to own one a business of everything.
So you absolutely can do it, but just know hard work, like a lot of effort, dedication, and you need to start networking with people in each industry. But what I would tell you, based on what I messed up in my life, because when had the money to do whatever, I took on too many projects. I tried to do a semi pro basketball team while running entertainment company, while trying to buy a bar, while trying to put together a basketball league. I had all this stuff going on that caused me to just lose all my money because I focused on multiple things that the little things I was doing to make all the money got ran dry and my money ran dry. So just keep in mind, one step at a time. So what I would do if the mechanic is the main thing and you don't know nobody that does social media, my email address is right there in the in the description. I'll give you a free 2 hours to where everything I told you, I got more. I can walk you through all the social media platforms on how to get started, and it's up to you to do it. Now, if you want me to do it, of course you got to pay me for that. But I'll give you a couple hours that I'll explain everything to you. We can do it in like an hour one day, 1 hour another day, and you got to have paper with you and write it all down. That way you can get it done. But you got to remember, you can do it. Keep the same energy up. Believe in it, but you got to actually just um, get started. So if I was you, reach out on Monday, Tuesday, and I'll help you do it. And I'm gonna do it on live though. Got to be on live to where I'm not gonna like if it's
Most
person,
like
if it's
Blob.
personal, I gotta get paid.
I'm not
What
gonna
was
lie.
that?
I believe in you, Blob. And like to be honest, Dennis he's extremely good at it. Like once again, he got services where he's gonna get you the business cards. He's gonna get you the market. He's actually gonna set you up. I'm not gonna lie. Email him. I think it's the rideshare at gmail.com. Right?
Yep. The right. No, it's actually the Amazing Hustler. Amazing Hustler at gmail.com.
Oh, the amazing at gmail.com. But Blob, I need you to email him. And because I'm not gonna lie, it's just like like once again, like if you want to do something, it's like this. If you're on a team, you might be the best basketball player, but you need that coach that's gonna push you. You need a coach. You need someone that's gonna hold you accountable and stuff like that. And like once again, if cars is your passion, Dennis he can set up the Craigslist for you, the LinkedIn
Yep.
for you. He can come like Dennis made websites before. Dennis made his own website. He can get you a website. He can get you everything that you need. You Blob, you got it. Cause I'm not gonna lie, in your voice, I can hear the passion that you have for this. And the only thing we need you to do is just to do it. Dennis is the it part. You're the do.
Yeah. I mean, and remember, like, I'm gonna like, okay, and I appreciate that ski too, by the way. I website, for example, me personally, I suck at doing a website. I did my personal website and I gotta eventually finish it. I'm just like what I'm trying to tell you to not be. But you gotta remember, I told you before I started this video, when it comes to building a business, doing all that, I'm better when I hire people to do the work for me and they do it based on my vision and I pay the people because I'm making the money off of what my vision is and I know I'm going to make the money. So understand, website, for example, I have a site that's easy to use. You can do that yourself, or I can hire somebody with Fiverr. I can show you how to hire somebody with Fiverr. They'll do the website for you. The business card, for example, I can help you make a design and then the print is cheap. It's like 25 bucks in LA and they'll ship it to you. Okay, you can get like 100 cards done and you can literally put your website QR and on the back to where they put the picture with the QR and then it'll pop up your schedule. And do you have tools already for mechanic work?
Yeah, I pretty much have everything already.
So you fix cars already?
Yeah, pretty much. Like right now, like tomorrow morning or like six
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna replace a transmission.
Okay. Do
for
you
my
have
customer cars.
okay? Do you have a truck or car?
I have a car, a small
Okay.
one.
So
Yeah.
here's another thing, and this is another thing for the future, so you can be a little bit more motivated. Okay. You need to go, and this is more game. I'll give it to you now. If you go online or you go on Google and you type in um, how to offer locksmith service in California. It's going to pop up a bunch of companies. You can pretty much call AAA. It's going to be a link that's going to pop up or a site that's going to pop up. It's going to give you AAA, all the companies. You reach out to dispatch companies for locksmith work, and you give them your number, and you put yourself in a database to where whenever somebody get locked out of their car, 'cause I'm pretty sure you know how to unlock doors, they'll pay you, and it's good money. Like they'll give you like 80 to $100 to do a lockout. Or if somebody's tire is flat, and women don't be knowing how to change tires, I don't want to get my hands dirty half the time. They'll pay you for that. There's a lot of other stuff you can get paid for, and this is upfront money you're getting put into your account. You get paid every month, but this is easy money for you. So that's another thing you can do. You can offer locksmith service, and then with those business cards, mobile car repair service where you offer free to look at the car for free, that's big. That's big. That's something that a lot of people don't offer, especially in California. So that's another thing you got. Usually they just go to AutoZone and like make sure you do that too. I don't know if you do that already. Go to all the AutoZones and all the car part stores and give them your business card because they'll give that number, your number to people that need their car fixed. And they'll have a main person that they use, but that person don't answer the phone. It happened to me a bunch of times. I go back in like, hey, do you have another number? They didn't answer. Then they give me the second number. Then if they don't answer, they just give me a box with a few more cards on it. And then when I finally get somebody that's available to look at the card the same day, I go to that person. So there you go. That's another one. So you got the AutoZone to go give your business card or number to them. All the stores around your house. That way they'll call you if somebody needs their car looked at in the parking lot. And then you have the locksmith service. Just reach out to dispatch companies, and then they'll help you with giving you jobs for like lockouts and all that. Like battery goes dead, you can go jump the battery, or if they need the battery replaced, you can offer that too. So you have a lot of different things.
I actually did not think of that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's this is what I do. And by the way, you got to offer
The
them money.
genius. Dennis is the genius, and I'm not gonna lie. You need to hit him up because he gave you a whole lot of free game. That if you talk to Whitey McWhite Pants, he's gonna charge you. And Dennis is a person he follows through, and he will get those business cards, and he will set you up. And I need you to reach out because every day, like every breath you take is a breath gone. Don't let this opportunity pass you up. You talking about you gonna do it, you gonna do it. Dennis, listen, you came in on a call that maybe God had placed into your lap. And this man right here, Dennis, D is for Dennis, but D it stands for do it. And Blob, I'm not gonna lie, you need to hit him up, Dennis. Give him your number. What you need to do is close on the deal, get the marketing package. Blob, he's gonna get you those business cards, and he will hit you up. All right, Blob.
All right, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and blah. Here's the thing too, and Ski, I appreciate that once again. Look, Bob, if you just email me or hit me up on Instagram, I'll give you my number, and you can reach out directly. But understand this, like I'm not charging you nothing, so it ain't gonna be, hey, I need $100 to give you this info. I'm giving you this for free. I like doing this. Now, of course, if you want me to do some work for you, that's different. Now, in the chat, somebody said something that I want to make sure you remember this too. If for some reason you don't reach out, you got to tell them Money Boss 777 said. I forgot to tell you that. You gotta when you give them your business card, you gotta tell them that if they send you some business, you break them off something. So that means like if they send you like somebody that needs like a transmission replaced, and that's like you're gonna make like $400 or $300 off labor, you're gonna tell the person, yo, you give them like 10-20%. Usually, I think they'll be happy with like 20 or 10%, depends on the job. If it's something you're whacking on, but yeah, they'll send you the jobs. And then there's another one too, college kids, they ask for mechanics in Facebook groups. That's another good idea. Facebook groups, and that's part of like the social media situation. Go to marketplace and make and add yourself to Facebook groups and tell them you work on cars. A lot of college kids, they got older cars, as student Dr. Paul just said, they be needing their car fixed and they're on a budget, and they'll work with you. And then one little secret too you can do to like sell, like say somebody wants like something to be done that costs like, say it's $300 total for the job, and say the labor is $150. What you can do sometimes is maybe tell them that, look, I know you're hard on money. What I'll do is I'll get the part, it's $50. You pay me $100 now, and then, you know, like the rest give me like in a couple weeks. But what you do is instead of saying $100, you would tell them like say $125 and then pay me the other $75 later. And they'll be down for that, to where if they don't pay you, you don't really lose much, but you're still getting, you know, you're getting, it's a gamble, but you know, you're getting most of your money up front, because some of these kids don't got money to pay for a real mechanic, like somebody that's licensed, that are inside of a shop. So you just try to make it seem like they're getting a good deal, like overcharge for your labor. Tell them like your labor is like $300 when it's really 200, and then you would tell them they can just give you like 200 now and then give you the other 100 later. That way they feel like they're getting a deal, and then they'll be thirsty to have you, you know, work on their vehicle, because they don't want to, you know, they want to get it fixed now. So just keep that in mind. You can always hit them with more than what it is, so that way when they say they ain't got enough, you can tell them they could pay in 2 weeks the difference. But really, they're paying you up front for what it is. But that's another little tidbit. But make sure, just reach out, email. I'm not charging you nothing. I'm gonna give you all the game, because as Ski just told you, I want to see you win. You know, a lot of people don't want to see you win. A lot of people are selfish out here, you know, and that's the reason why I tell people, and not to make it about race, but you see how I just spend all this time as a black man giving you this game. Most white guys are gonna make you pay. They're gonna say like Greg Cardone, whatever his name is. He's gonna be like, "Yo, you gotta sign up for this seminar. You got to pay, you know, you got to pay for this, pay for that, and then I'll give you all the game." I gave it to you for free. That's just what we do. We're good-hearted people. We want to see everybody win. Even though if I wanted some advice on how to do something, I got to pay and go to school or do this and that. When I just want game on how to freaking, you know, fix my PlayStation 4 or 5, whatever. So that's why I bring race into it, Blob. But any other questions you got?
No.
Okay. So be about it, man. You should be winning out here. No excuses not to be winning. You should be out here crushing it with everything that, you know, we talked about. Now, I'm kind of off topic here, guys. Anybody in the chat got any questions for me? 'Cause I'm gonna end this live in a few, because I'm actually we're gonna wrap this up here, and I got some stuff I gotta go do. I'm gonna do some Lyft rides, and I don't want to be doing the Lyft rides with my YouTube on. If y'all got anything y'all want to chime on, then y'all can. Um, okay, so here's a tip for you: stop letting clowns take over your channel. Nobody's taking over a channel. We just gave not just Blob advice, but I gave people that will want to be a mechanic advice, because this is universal game, and this is not just for mechanics. This is for anybody. Like if you got a hair salon or you're a hairdresser, you cut hair on the side. Everything I told Blob is something that anybody can use. You know, anybody can do it. Doesn't matter what profession you're in. And Big Dog, talking about, you know, I think Big Dog and Niso is the same person. Let's see. Yeah, they got to be the same person. So I'm assuming none of y'all got any other questions in the chat. You know, hopefully we can move past me giving up this car. Hopefully I can give it up tomorrow. We're gonna see. But I'm giving up this car, and we're going to move on to the next chapter in our life, which is, you know, motorcycle boy doing some gig work while making this YouTube happen. Big Dog, you on that Diddy life? Hey, yeah, they gotta be the same person. Well, I got nothing else to say. Nobody's in the chat right now cooking, so y'all can hit y'all last words before I end this live. If you want to say your last words to the people.
Most definitely. On this episode of Dennis Jerome Jr., what happened was Dennis explained what he's going to be doing with his move. He might be moving to Las Vegas, Nevada, or just Nevada, the state. Scott Hall came up here, tried to defend his people. OG came up here, packed him out, nigga dip. Blob got some free game from Dennis. And I just came here and just witnessed greatness in the making.
Yep, appreciate that. By the way, I got to give Original Thought some credit there. He did pack the dude out. The dude literally he literally ran away as soon as that beatdown happened because he's just ignorant. That actually to wrap up that conversation. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of white supremacists. I think that man was a white supremacist. It kind of reminds me of I think low key that was Frank or whatever his name is, because that dude literally for the life of me, I was being ignorant to it. For him not to know that a black person got to literally in this country, you got to literally be like Professor X to get any type of funding. So how do you expect black people to create um, to create generational wealth if we don't even get a chance? Like, what I just gave for free to Blob, like if I once again if I was white and somebody heard that game, they would be like, dude, dude, I got a company that I can solve people with their businesses. You don't need to go to college. I can just I can show you how to be more formal with it. But in reality, dude, just come and because I do it already. But I won't get that chance because of the fact um, this country has a look, like it's a certain skin color look you got to have sometimes to be taken serious in certain professions, and it sucks. Like Block, aren't you Mexican?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say in this country that if you tried to tell somebody you're a cake baker, wouldn't they literally walk away from you and say, "Dude, you ain't making my cake," and go to like the white liberal woman to make the birthday cake?
Well, because honestly, depending on the area, like for where I live, it's they're all Mexican that make the cakes and all the bread. But if you go to like Anaheim, it's all a lot of white people. To be honest, like it all depends on the area.
You know what I mean? I say I should have asked it better because I've been all over the country because I lived in Ohio, or whatever. So what I meant is like most places they're not. I'm about to wrap this up, guys, in a couple minutes. I apologize, guys, but most places if a Mexican man say he makes cakes, they may laugh and be like, "What the heck?" But if you say that you can help fix the car or you can do the roof or you know how to like do some construction work, they're gonna be like, "Okay, when can you come?" Like they're gonna be jumping for joy. But if you try to do something that's outside the box, like something that's not that, like they're gonna like stereotype you and assume you can't do it. Like you say you want to bake cakes, or say you tell them you're a fashion designer, or say that you tell them you're like a basketball player. They may think that you're like you're joking. Like they're not gonna take you serious. And that's what a lot of black folks deal with. That like things that we want to do, they'll literally judge us and assume that we can't do it because of our skin color, because we're black. Like that's a good one in the chat. Like real estate, for example. If you maybe you can do it because if you had if you were like a real estate agent, Blob, you can probably go and maybe, like if you give you a but for me as a black man, they might think I don't know what I'm doing if I show up trying to sell a house that's like in $1 million neighborhood. If I don't live
It cutting
shouldn't
out.
be restricted to doing that. Okay, actually good now. But yeah, I don't think I'll have so much hate if me telling people that I'm in the entertainment industry. I'm trying to be in the entertainment industry. I'm trying to be a marketing guy if I wasn't a black guy. Um, that's the whole point of why we got to continue talking about the race. Hopefully it changes. Hopefully we're not limited based on our skin color when we're all humans as one. But with that said, you got any questions for me before I let you go? Because I'm about to get off here.
No, I did message you on Instagram. The
Okay,
handle is
make sure.
still the same as Blob.
Okay, let me make
Uh,
sure I get it. I don't see it yet. Let me see. Um, and you got and Ski left a minute ago. But if you have any other questions based on, I got to hit Forever Low. Forever Low. My bad. I just saw that. Um, okay. Did you write me on Dennis Jerome Jr. or on
yeah,
Okay, I didn't get the. Okay, maybe. Oh yeah, I see it now. It's in request. Let me look. I see one message in request.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't. Oh, I see it. Yep, I got you. Cause I know you be going on that race stuff. I know you be slipping using that M word. Do you want to ask? Cause I know that day when you wanted to, talk, you had a lot of questions in regards to what we were talking about. Shout out to Poop Scooper. I love it that you love the black folks. Shout out to Baby in the chat. Do you have any questions that you want to ask based on the race talks that's been going on and all the nastiness that was going on? Anything you want to ask in regards to that, or are you good? Could I?
No, I'm good to be honest. I just like watching the debate and how they kind of go everywhere, and it was fun to being in debate. That's why I try to always be on these lives just to start debating people. Because for me, I don't base debates on my experience because I've been out there a lot in
Yeah.
California, so I see how in different cities the culture changes and how people react to each other's race.
Yep. I mean, it just depends on the day. Literally out here in California, you have people of all races here. So I tell people it's hard to be a racist here. It's different than most places in this country, but it still happens,
It's
And I don't
rare
want my
though.
like,
So you hardly see it. I mean, it's like hardly out in public, you know?
yep, people hide behind the closed doors and they're talking crap about people behind their back, and you know, I just expose it on this channel. I try to get people to understand, they're doing wrong and hope that they change their ways. But with that said, like I said, you can you're welcome on the channel as always. I'm gonna on Instagram. This is what you do. Monday, hit me up on Monday. Then you tell me what time. So you said I'm available any. Oh no, you said I'm available anytime after 10 for the show, 10
Yeah, cause
p.m. So
I wake up, I do mechanic, I clean, like I'm doing remodeling in my house. From there I work for like 3 hours. I come back and then I clean some more, and then I kind of have the whole night to myself until like 2 o'clock in the morning.
okay. So what we can do is this. Um, we could probably do it late, but what I'll do is this. We don't have to be on live. I can just give you the game. I got 2 hours I can dedicate. It'd be a 1 hour one day, 1 hour the next day. Now, if you wanted to be on live, then we'll record it and then we'll post it after. And then that way you can tell people to follow your channel and stuff. That way you can get some, new subscribers on your YouTube channel if you have one. That you actually the one you're about to start. You can actually, push people to your new channel. So what I would recommend you do is make a YouTube channel today. It only takes you 3 minutes. Make your YouTube channel, put your picture up, and make one video just saying, "Hey, I'm Angel. I'm a mechanic," or whatever name you want to use. I'm a mechanic out in this area. You can reach me at this number, and just get a Google Voice number. You can get a Google Voice number for free, and you can get that number out as your business number. That way, if people spam you or something or try to, you can just get a new number again. You can just recycle that number. But you won't have the issue. You just tell them my number is this. If you need mechanic work done, blah blah blah. I specialize in these cars, that car, this work, that work. You do that, and then that way when we do this live, people can actually go follow your channel. That way to give you a quick boost. That way you get some views before we are not communicating about this mechanic stuff no more. And then, like I said, if you want to do live so you can push your channel at the same time, then I can do after 10. But if you just don't care, we can just pre-record it anytime after 10 or so. And then I can put it on YouTube. And then if you want to just do one-on-one without that, we can just do it right on Instagram. I can just call you and I can give you all the game. Actually, no, we're gonna have to do it to where I can show you the computer screen so you see how to do it. Cause I'll show you how to do it on my computer screen with my computer. So with that said, yeah, just reach out to me Monday. I just put you in my regular folder. Don't listen to the guy that's talking about I don't reach out, because I do. I just I'm busy, and you
Yeah,
gotta
I
like
get it.
you just gotta, if I'm on live, don't hit me up. But if I'm not on live, just reach out and say hey. So remember Monday, just give me a day that you're free to call, and I'll give you a call. Even if it's Monday, we can talk on Monday. It's fine. All right.
Okay, yeah, because like I chose Monday because well, because here's the thing, because you told me like was it like 4 days ago about the sim stories? Because we were arguing about that I gave a chick 50,000 in a year.
Yep.
You want to do that same interview, or you want to do that a separate day?
Okay, so this is what we'll do. Monday. Send me on Instagram. Send me a thumbnail photo you want to use. If you want to go in the thumbnail, I'm gonna say um, the tragic. I'm gonna call it something like the tragic story of Angel to make it funny. That way, people or the tragic love story of Angel or the tragic sim story of Angel to make it interesting to get people to want to watch you. Make yourself a channel and do that video. Even if you don't want to merge the mechanic with this like normal conversation, then just make a separate channel. Have two channels, one for mechanic, one for like YouTube. And then what you do is on Monday, I'll do a thumbnail. I'll send it to you if you like it. Then I'll put it out and then we'll do Monday at 9. And then what I'll do is I'll go on for the first hour and then you can come on when you're done and ready. That way I can warm the people up. And then when you come on, we can discuss that situation, what you could have done better, what you could have done differently. And we'll allow people to come on. Okay. And then guess what? This will be fun. It'll get you some exposure. And this channel that I'm telling you to make, it will allow you to get new people that will follow your channel to like talk about some stuff with you or to like to hear what you got to say. And what I would recommend is if you do it this way, to do at least one video a day talking about some random stuff that people may want to hear and keep the momentum going because you can YouTube one video, you could be one video away from blowing up to where as long as you keep the videos going, you can make money and you can get more subscribers and you can actually make a thing with YouTube. So keep that in mind. I know I threw a lot at you, but this is what I do. And that's why I tell you people used to pay me for what I just gave you. People will pay me for it. I just stopped doing it. I lost my confidence, but you motivated me to want to do this again. So there we go. So yeah, we'll do Monday at 9. If you have to change for some reason the time, just let me know and I can change the time. But I'll set it for Monday at 9. And just send me a thumbnail photo on Instagram that you want to use for the thumbnail. It can be. It doesn't have to be you. It could be like that thumbnail you got that shows like an emoji of you or something. I can use that too. Whatever you want to use, just send it to me. If you don't want to go on a thumbnail, then I don't got to put you on there. I'll just put myself on there. So keep me posted. All right.
Okay, we'll do.
All right. All right. Well, nice talking to you, man. Yep.
You
Have a
too.
good night.
You
Yep.
too,
All
man.
right. All right, guys. So look, we make magic out of anything. So with what just happened, that's just me going off the top of the dome. As you guys can see, I'm a creator at his best. I'm a creator. I create not just moments, I create memories. You see how we come up with content, but the problem is I got to make the content make sense. I got to be better at making the content make sense. But I'm good at making content. So with that said, we're gonna have fun with that. It ain't about bullying Angel. It ain't about making them feel stupid. All it's about is just talking about how men in the future can avoid having that happen again. I don't know if I told you about this, but if there's a lady. There's a lady. I'm gonna show y'all this video um, tomorrow. It's a lady that lied and tried to act like her husband, her husband like left her struggling with the kids, and she was able to get like a GoFundMe, and she was able to get money. She's called the Cake Lady. So she pretty much made a video talking about how her husband left her stranded, pretty much with no help, by herself. Yes, yeah, that was Angel. So she tried to say left her stranded with no help, and she decided to, talk about it on TikTok. So what happened was it was all a lie. He literally did not leave her hanging. She's actually a criminal. She literally got in trouble for check fraud and all kinds of other crime. And she was in jail for it. He got full custody. She can only see the kids. She can't even see the kids on holidays. The only time she gets to see the kids is when he gives permission for her to see the kid. And yep, absolutely right, Ski. Appreciate that. So the man literally took her TikTok video and he talked over it and showed the court papers and told the truth. Now the woman is crying, talking about it's fake, it's a lie, but it's all real. This is what men are dealing with in America. Like women can literally go out there and make up a whole lie to get to GoFundMe and get a bunch of men to feel bad for her to actually give her money. But the moment that a man does the same thing, uh, that man he gets criminal charges put on him. He gets in trouble. Society cancels that man. That's why I tell people we're not equal. We're not equal. We're never going to be equal. We shouldn't be equal. But yeah, she literally scammed the man. I'm going to do a video on it. And guess what? She's a white woman. So now she's going to get privilege. So I'm not going to jail. I'm not having her life ruined. She's going to literally be out here living her best life, being known as a scammer. But if that was a black I don't know if that was I don't know if that was Christina. I don't know if Christina like booted me out for talking about the white women. I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing. Um, but no, she pretty much she hustled um, these men out of money and all this and that. And like I said, if she was a man, she would definitely get in trouble. If she was a black woman, she would definitely be canceled. But because she's a white woman, they let her go. She's out here living her best life, being a scammer. So that's the reason why race still plays a part. It is how it is. Click either video on the Vibe page. I don't know what that means, Corey. But look, guys, that's all I got. I gotta get situated because I might go and do DoorDash now because we're gonna see. So with that said, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out. Um, we're about to get it done. Click either button on the Vibe. So go to Corey Osborne channel, I guess, guys. All right. But that's all I got, guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm out. Peace. Appreciate that, Christina. Have a good night, guys. Peace.